Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello, everyone. Let me go up and say hi. And I was going to reschedule because it is a busy night and I knew a lot of people would be live tonight, but I wanted to come and discuss this hot part 2 of the reunion. If you guys can hear me, can somebody? Okay. All right. Thank you, Anonymous. Okay, guys, I do want to say hello real quickly. Linda Gamble, hello. Crystal, Patricia, Southern Nubian. You made me change my mind from rescheduling, and you are welcome. Hello again, S. McNeil, Cheryl Howard, Neva Smith. Hello, hello. Hey, Aunt Ann. Hey. Hi, Sasha Welch, Alabama Born Ball, Keontae. Hey, girl. Jessie Lewis, Vanessa Jones, Miss J, that's my girl. Hey, Miss J. Toya Rivera, and Corvette Girl for Life. Let me see. All right, I have Marlene. I love you too, Anonymous. Crystal Amos, Gigi, hello. Andrea Jones, Pretty Brown Eyes, hey. Let's see here. Cheryl Howard, I think I got you. Greatness Love, Miss Keita Johnson, Gwendolyn, Melody MC. I'm glad that you made it. Miss T and Mary. Hey guys, what's going on? Did you guys see the episode tonight? I know we've been talking about it since they, released it by mistake. But I wanted to discuss it with you guys. Hello, Robbie from New Jersey. Zoe, hello. Oh my goodness, Gigi. Thank you so much for saying that. Oh my goodness. It's like nails on a chalkboard for me. It really, really is. Yes, it was. It was very, very good. So you guys know I am curious to hear your thoughts as well. If you haven't watched my spoilers, make sure you do. They are posted. And yeah, I'm going to get a link together. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I agree. Love me to me. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, guys, let me get a link together. Like I said, I've said basically enough. The only thing I really didn't discuss much, and I plan on just giving my thoughts on that, is Miss Destiny and Stormy. And yeah, I was kind of over the Kiki thing, because I think that they're trying to make that into a storyline. And for me, it's not that big of a deal. They told, and it is what it is. But let me drop the link, guys, and then I'm going to pin it. So I see some of my faves in the chat. You guys make sure you hit the link so we all can chit chat. And I'm working on getting a call-in number for people that don't want to hit the link but want to talk. So that way you can call in and then, so hopefully by the next live I'll have that going. But give me 1 second, guys. And then let me turn that down and and I see you, Anonymous. Give me 1 second. Let me just pin this. Replace pin message. Yes. Pretty Brown Eyes. I see you as well. And you guys know I just have to do this just to do it. So let me throw this up there and let me add you guys. Anonymous, is that you?
Yes, it is. You beautiful chit chat with QT.
Hey. Oh, back to you, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. And we also have Pretty Brown Eyes. Pretty Brown Eyes, is this you?
It's me in the flesh, big sis.
Hey.
Pretty, 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 pretty.
What's up, Anonymous?
Hey.
Keontae, is this you?
It's me.
All right, all right. Well, I do thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. To the 113 that's watching, if you guys could please make sure to hit the like button for me. And I do have Cheryl Howard. So let me just get her up here. Cheryl,
Hi. Hi.
hello, girl.
How you doing?
Hi, thanks for
Hi,
joining
Cheryl.
us.
Hello. How you doing, y'all?
Hello.
How y'all doing? Happy New Year.
Hi,
Happy New Year
Cheryl.
to you.
Happy
Hello.
New Year.
Thank you.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
to you, Mama.
And Happy New Year to everyone in the chat as well. So,
Yes.
ladies, I haven't been able to catch many lives this week, and I want to know you all's thoughts on this episode tonight, part 2 of the reunion.
Well, first, Chit Chat, I want to thank you for being blessed to be interviewed by our lovely Melody Cherie on
Yes.
IG
Yes.
Live. You did
Yes.
fabulous. You
Yes.
told us,
Yes.
you told us that the court, you asked the question regarding the court case, the child custody case, so it was still pending.
Still ongoing. Yeah, I was hoping that was over and done with.
Nah, I
What
knew it wouldn't. I knew it wouldn't be with him. He's a narcissist.
he
And then
is.
also we found out that legs, hips, and breasts did come from the Silva's panel and anonymous. So that is true.
Oh,
What?
really? Oh, you know what? Yes, that somebody asked that on
Anthony.
live. Correct.
Anthony did. Yeah.
Yes, she hears our live. She hears our hermaphrodite chronicles of the stocks. Yes, indeed. So
Yes,
she is paying attention to us, y'all. So that is true.
and that's what I love about Mel. And real quick, Anonymous, I'm sorry. Hello, Caramel Rail, to all of the content creators in the chat. Hello, you guys can hit the link if you like as well. I know Aunt Ann is also in
Hi,
the chat.
Caramel.
Miss anyone else?
Yeah,
But
they've been ragging this
Drag.
My
past
favorite
couple of days,
bloggers.
honey. Woo,
Drag.
oh yeah, drag.
woo.
Caramel be dragging.
Drag.
You know what? This past
Baby, she
month,
been.
I would say, this past month has been so busy for me, guys, and I thought it's lightening up now. But I haven't even been able to drop as many videos as I used to, and but that's another thing. But yeah, I know everybody was on fire about this part too.
Yeah, I'm going to say this real quick because I know the panel is going to discuss. But I was actually more mad that Martell would befriend this trashy group of people.
Well, he's always been friends with him.
I know, but it was sad because, the big thing with Wanda, right? The Stotts brothers, or legs, hips, and breasts family, couldn't understand that children are off limits.
Off limits.
No, they understand. They just don't like Mel. So anything that happens to her, they're gonna let it fly. They don't
Yeah, but they
care.
have to understand. And this is why I said I'm more mad at Martell or Hotel than
Yes.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
You are the father of the kids by your ex-wife.
That's right.
You mean it, and you could tell. That's why I said on another live with the Silvas that Madani fight was supposed to go worse than what it did.
You
Because
think so?
Wanda felt real comfortable trying to hit Melody.
Yeah.
And we found out from Vanessa that Maurice sucker punched Martel. So they wanted to take over the show.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing what they were doing even on the reunion. They're trying to ice out Melody like they still ain't got it yet.
But they trying. I definitely agree.
Oh, of course they're trying. But the thing is, Melody's like kind of like me. Okay, you want to ice me out? I'm going to end your check.
Period.
That's it.
I'll never be friends with y'all again. I'll never work with y'all again.
That's
And
Yeah.
that was all that needed to be said.
Yeah, it's off
It was-
limits. It's over.
I'm taking
was
my
just-
ball and going home.
Yeah.
Yes, it was just so disheartening to see Martell as a man, as a father. You were married to this woman for you to sit up and let these people not only disrespect your ex-wife, but disrespect innocent children. Like, I couldn't understand, even, I guess to me, I could tell that Tisha must have coached her mama and trying to keep her mama in line because she showed that being that head forward, giving her mama the look like, hey, don't
She,
go there. But she still did it. And it's like, girl, you still repeated what you said. You said you got on Dr. Heaven, not Heavenly's channel, and you heard we all saw that live. We all know, we all interpreted the same thing, maybe not her, but we all interpreted the same way that he was talking about the children that Mel had got rid of, not sugar mama. And why would you take an innocent human being that can't speak for themselves and continues to spew just distasteful things, saying, well, it's in the chat of her and another man. Well, where's the picture? Show me. I want to see.
I
mhm.
think I
Tisha
think
is in
Latifah
denial.
sent it to her. I think
Yeah,
Latifah told her what Wanda to say to Melody.
absolutely. And this is my thing. I don't even think that Wanda saw Dr. Heavenly's interview before she said that.
No, that somebody told her to say that.
Exactly. They prepped her because that's what she led out with before she can say anything. Well, I was really getting it from Martell. They prepped her for that. And Wanda, I'm sure she may have seen it now, the interview, but that didn't have anything to do with what that lady said.
Well,
Nothing at all.
QT,
Now,
did you peep this? Did you peep that it almost looked like Kiki was prepped as well?
Of
Because
course,
yes.
of
what
Yes,
was
course.
she
yes.
supposed to have said? She looked at Tisha and changed her
Mhm.
entire demeanor.
Oh, for
She
sure.
know goodness well Marceau said that in a joke because he got online and said she was lying as soon as she said it, and
Mhm.
all of this
She did.
stuff was on, took place before the reunion. So
Mhm.
what was the sudden change of heart? You supposed to be so mad at him and
Yeah,
setting the record straight, but now, oh, I don't think he did that. I know Marceau and
right.
this, that, and the third. So it's almost like everybody was pretty much set to turn against Melody.
Absolutely.
Everybody was,
It's the same. That's why I said it's the same storyline as
including
the last
Destiny,
reunion.
including Stormy. Oh, now y'all was just gonna fight, and she threw a chair at you, but
Thank you.
she's not aggressive.
Yeah,
Thank
not
you.
in BF.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Now,
did you
did you
notice how
guys?
Stormy was high? She looked like she was on some sedatives or something.
She probably had to get herself together before she went out on that stage because she wasn't even on the stage for 10 minutes. And
What
then she began to spew them ugly tears like we wanted to
what
see.
tears? I
No,
ain't see no tears.
you
You talking about
said
the vising props? Yes.
yeah, you save those tears because guess what? Your mammy, I'm gonna say that your mammy got online and disrespected Mel. I don't want to see those tears. And it's so funny how they're quick to say the millimeters are aggressive. No, we're aggressive because you're out here and you're out here disrespecting Mel. You're disrespecting the fact that she's giving all of you guys a platform to come on, and now you guys are just trying to ooh
But you know what
yeah
killed me? You know what killed me?
We're responding
What
just like Melody. We're responding to what they say.
Exactly.
what killed me is that they wanted to use her luxury cars to take them to
Yes.
the
Yeah.
reunion and try to play rich. After you done came for this
yes.
woman and disrespected this woman, you got the audacity to ask, can you use her luxury cars that
Isn't
she
that
paying for?
Is that what happened? Is that what y'all
Yeah,
talking about?
Yes,
What
that's
yeah.
what
happened?
she was talking
Yes.
about.
she was
Her
on
Did
lie.
you see
She was
did you
online
guys
talking
see her
about it today.
live? Did
Honey,
you
I've
guys
been
see
working today. I had to meet my nephew. He came up, but tell me what happened.
Yeah, I saw.
so
Go ahead, Keon.
oh, okay. So earlier, Mel went live, and she actually went live twice. But the second portion of it, she was just kind of answering more questions regarding the reunion, and I believe someone may have asked her, like, the her facial expressions that she was having. And so basically she came out and she said that there were a few incidents that happened that made her made her demeanor change, because she said she was excited when she got there, but there were some things that had transpired. And so one of the things that had transpired was is that she had two cars, which we know because she actually did like a reel. So we saw the two cars.
Uh-huh.
So I guess when she got there, it must have been something going on where maybe somebody didn't have transportation to get there. And so they saw Mel's, the guy that she deals with, Carlos. I guess maybe him and his sister was escorting Mel and her team. And so somebody must have approached him trying to get him to come or go pick some cast members up.
Oh
And with
my
him being
God.
as loyal to Mel, he texted Mel and he told Mel what was
Yep.
going on.
Mhm.
And Mel said, no, go ahead and leave, meaning that these people are not going to nickel and dime me. Go
Thank
ahead
you.
and leave. And so whatever went on outside, he ended up texting Mel again, and Mel came outside and told him to leave. And what was told was is that they were trying to pay him to go do whatever
Mhm.
it was ugly, and Mel must have been pretty peed off, but she did say she's tired of people nickel and diming off of her, saying that she hired him, she paid him, so no,
That money came out of her
nobody's gonna
pocket.
benefit. Yeah.
So
Right.
She
who
said they
was the
dragged
one?
her. They
Was it
dragged
was it
her and do everything.
Lafifa and legs,
She
hips, and
didn't.
breasts that
She
did it?
didn't say who it was.
She
She
didn't say who it
just
was.
said what happened.
Yeah. But
Yeah, she
that's
didn't say
the
who
one
it
thing
was.
I can tell you this. It had to have been, well, it was multiple people because she said they. So if it was
Yep.
Martell, she would have just said him. You know what I mean? So I was thinking that it was
Both
Tisha.
of them.
So it's no way for us to tell, because I even tried to think back to when they arrived, but that's how the show put it together. You know what I mean? So we don't even know the order of them arriving.
Right, but then she said that they be dragging her and saying stuff about
yeah,
her on social media, and then have the nerve to want to use her luxury cars.
but,
That money came out
yes,
of her pocket, so she must have been talking about some of the castmates. Because
yeah,
who else
Yeah, it
was she
probably
talking
was the
about?
snots.
yeah,
Yeah,
Or Destiny.
yeah. She
Well,
said they be
definitely.
dragging her, and then that's
Mm-hmm.
what she said. They be dragging her, so
Yeah,
it has to be them. It has to be
yeah,
some of the castmates. It has to be.
Well, the good thing is now it makes sense why Melody said I had enough.
yeah,
Because, like I say, when you, and this is the thing, let's talk about the snots or legs, hips, and breasts in his Lafifa. Okay. She allowed them to use their rental home for the first season as well as a car.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
These ungrateful ingrates are embarrassing. Yes, put my name up. Everything Anonymous says is alleged. Yes. It's crazy. I mean, I've never seen so much nasty people who have nothing, who need somebody to give them a lending hand and then want to attack them after they give them a lending hand.
Yeah.
But if,
I just
but if
don't get
you
it.
but if you bought the business for pennies on the dollar and you turned it into a multi-million-dollar business,
Yeah.
why are you trying to freeload off of Melody's
Yeah.
car service or
Exactly.
anything? And why y'all sitting up there
Million
looking like
dollar,
that?
I'm trying to
yeah,
call Uber.
$1 million earners. I mean, you would think that that's how you roll completely.
Exactly.
Time you touch
I
that.
think it would have been appropriate if they all came like the peasant on Greyhound bus.
Which peasant? Which peasant? Destiny or Martell?
Both of them, all four of them, every single one of them come on the bus.
Because I think Martell came up on a skateboard, but we didn't see him walk in. We
Or
just,
I thought he came on
we
a
didn't see what
mule,
he got out off
a
of.
jackass. That's what I think he came up on.
So I'm confused. I thought, at least, I guess they say when you assume you make a what out of yourself. But I thought that when they arrive at the reunion, that car service is provided to them. At least that's what's shown on Bravo. Is that not what Carlos King
Yes.
team does?
Yes.
They did that, Keontae. And Mel said that. She said it wasn't sufficient for her. And
Right. She
always,
turned theirs
Oh,
down. Yeah.
she always
okay.
uses this particular service, her preference. But yeah, so they did provide something, but that's what I was confused about too, because if they provided them transportation, why are you, did they miss it? Was it a shuttle bus? It probably was a shuttle bus.
Yeah, and Mel's
And they
car,
got
her
upset
luxury
about a
car was
shuttle
better.
bus. Look at how trifling they came out there.
I guess,
Wanda looked
yeah,
like she was a Pillsbury hippo
She's like a
on the
walrus
set.
with.
Didn't even shave her mustache, as Caramel Wells showed.
Somebody said she looked like the WB frog.
no,
Oh Lord! Oh God!
hilarious. But what did you guys think
That's
about
terrible.
Wanda's half apology? But I don't consider it an apology at
She
all.
could have kept it.
It
She
was
coulda
not an
kept it.
apology. That's why Melody
No
said,
apology.
really. Because an apology is, I'm sorry for saying this,
Mhm.
like Martell did to the kid.
Yeah,
When they showed that, that's how you apologize.
I agree.
You don't
Mhm.
say but. You don't
But
say, well, you were talking about my baby daddy.
Mhm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But this is
But you
something
know
that
what?
I found interesting was that after Martell sucked it up and apologized to that kid, which they probably made up the lie and said he heard about it, which he didn't.
Mhm.
Marcell got mad that Martell filmed with his son.
Mm-hmm.
And he told Carlos that don't film, he doesn't want his kids filming unless he authorized it.
Well,
Yeah,
why wasn't he there with his son? That's what got me. Marceau, or legs, hips, and breasts. Let's get it
and
right.
that's what I was thinking too, Anonymous. Where was Marcel when they filmed that scene? So was the kid, because I think that's when they had that, was it the bowling party or something like
Yeah, it
that?
was a
Mhm.
birthday party for one of Melody's children, and they wanted to invite them to reunite.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I thought that. See, this is why this whole thing seems to be kind of staged, or they're doing this on purpose.
It's confusing.
But why get mad if he apologized to your son? Because see, that makes me feel like then that it was a lie. They
Hmm.
didn't know. And when he went and apologized to the boy, that's what brought it to his attention.
Yeah, well, I think he was mainly saying that he didn't want his son on
Interacting with him.
on camera. Like they didn't have his authorization to
But they
basically.
were already on camera at the party.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure
come on,
was.
that didn't make sense.
Most of
Yeah.
it never makes sense.
But you
He's
know
just an
what?
a-hole. That's all.
Yeah. And my opinion was really, I felt like the only reason why Wanda was even to give our semi apology, in my opinion, was is that she was trying to save her job, and I believe that's the reason why Carlos did that follow up question asking Mel, would she be able to move forward? And
Absolutely.
she ended up telling people absolutely not. So in so many words, I think you guys did tell Wanda to apologize, but she didn't want to apologize, so she gave a half-ass apology, but it still didn't work.
Miss
No,
Yeah,
Wanda
but
is
even
precious.
then, she wasn't. This is my thing. You don't wait till a reunion to apologize.
yeah.
Well, she went on every platform she can go on in comments and on panels and basically undid everything that she said.
Yep.
And she said
Yep.
she meant
That's
what she
true.
said
But
Yep.
and she
if
didn't
you
regret what she said.
exactly,
And
but
I
if you
mean
really
it.
want to
I
do an
mean it.
apology,
She meant it.
after that Madani fight, you apologize then.
Yes.
That's
Well,
when
she
you
should have
do it.
apologized after Bernard said about the
The
chopper.
choppers.
Because
Exactly.
she had been talking about Melody long before then in her lives. That's what had started her being more popular, and that's why she was going live so much
Yeah.
because
And
she
that's
was
why
getting popular.
I agree. And that's why Mel, I believe that's why she said something when she was on Carlos's
That is why. That
yeah,
is
because
absolutely
Wanda
right.
was she
Yeah,
was
but Carlos is
every
promoting that chit chat.
promoting what?
He created Wanda to be as wild as if she wants to
He
star on
did.
a Zoo show.
Oh, he did.
Yes, but Wanda went too far
She did.
because she wasn't supposed to go about the kids. Martell is fine with them all attacking Melody, but they went too far when they started talking about the kids. And at first, he wasn't really complaining, but now do y'all notice he's windmilling about the little baby boy?
Who, Martell?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait.
Marcell always talks about Lil Knox, honey.
But when they
He's
talk
mad. He's
about,
mad if you say he's going back and forth in comments, and they
yeah,
made a big story about it, and it's kind of like big in the groups because they're saying that, like us in panels, and they're saying it's like all of the millimeters and the women are attacking a 2-year-old, but
mm,
we're mad about them talking about the paternity of sugar mama.
mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
like,
Well, no, and
no.
I don't, really want, and I try to
I
warn.
don't really say anything about the little boy, but
I always say that when I make a video, if I happen to mention him, because he's innocent.
he
He's
can't help right. He can't
not
help
his
his
We're
dad,
parents.
talking about his parents.
right? His
I'm the
Right.
problem.
That's what
I don't
people
give
were
a dang
talking
about
about.
kids.
Their parents.
exactly,
It's
We weren't
parents
talking
and how
about the
they
child.
parent on TV or IG Live is the problem.
Yeah, they
But
have
they
bad parenting.
but
yeah,
they're making it seem like the panels and the YouTubers
Hmm.
are attacking the little boy. I'm just what I just seen.
No,
That's
yeah,
what they're
I know
making
they're
it
trying
seem
to
like.
deflect, but what I'm saying is this: when you put your children on there, they, as a public figure, they're gonna get attacked,
mhm,
especially if you're acting wild. And see, the biggest thing is this is the problem with the peasant or Aryan Curry. She was the one that was not taking care of her child when the child was sick with the respiratory situation and feeding him popsicles early in the morning.
mhm.
People were commenting on that because I think they were trying to call child protective services on her, literally.
Well, but
That's the
because
part.
Melody is public enemy number one, and everything is getting spun to make her be this evil person, they're making it seem like all of her fans are attacking the child.
But
Well,
if it's
that's
okay,
the deflection, and see that's why I say it's the same thing they did on this show for the reunion.
but was it okay
Right.
Melody
for her to?
and Martell specifically said the kids should be off limits.
Yeah, yeah,
What did the snots, or excuse me, legs, hips, and breasts peoples?
Well, they made excuses, which
Correct.
kind of pissed me off.
right.
I threw a pillow at my TV a couple of times because it's like
Mm,
Tisha just made me so
my goodness.
mad.
Ugh.
Oh
It's like
goodness.
she clapping and she just so hyped up, like she just really thought she was eating Melody up on that stage.
And she
And,
wasn't.
and if you would have seen that last look that Marcell gave her
Yeah,
when
but
she
she was
said that, when Carlos asked her, will she work with them and how he likes how that dynamic with those six, and she said never. It
mm,
wasn't just meaning she didn't want to work with y'all. That means after whatever probably obligations Melody has, it's over. She's walking away.
Exactly. And that's why I
It's over.
say,
mm,
pretty, this is why you don't have your mother hooked on phonics, Pillsbury Doughboy, Michelin Man attack the executive producer. Because anybody with common sense on this panel knows what's going to happen. You're fired.
yeah, yeah.
That's just common sense. And knowing that they have 8 criminal arrest records,
Uh-oh.
Latifah, 4 criminal arrest records, 2 bug shots, septic tank mouth, legs, hips, and breasts, you need your check.
Child.
Well, he looked at her like he needed a check, and when they filmed in Black, and he was like looking like, well, we kind of do, and she was like, if I don't gotta be around her, I don't want to be around her and all this old crap. Tisha talking big talk. And
Mm,
he was like, well, you kind of do. So he was really trying to tell her, like, look, you need to let this go and get
Yes,
past everything. But she's sitting up there making it seem like Melody's bringing it up. Stop asking Melody about these people.
yeah, yeah. And
And going
Mhm.
back and going
real
back to
quick,
them
let me
talking
say
about.
something real
But
quickly about them being under the impression that Mel is basically sicking her dogs on people as far as the
Right.
millimeters. She's not doing that. And they have to realize that since this show started, it is a fan base that I've never seen as far as with the reality show. And Mel has not reached out to anyone and say, look, can you look up this information? And can you do, they tried to say that as far as she knew someone at the Alabama courthouse and all of that. And it's all BS. And if they would take the time to interact more with their fans, if they have any, and all of that, I
If
think that they would feel
chit
better
chat.
as far as social
If
media. You know what I mean?
And going back
Yes,
to
and that
coleslaw, and going back to coleslaw's child, saying viewers talk about their child. Was it okay for her to go on there and say that Sugar Mama got knocked sick? Was that okay for
yes.
her to talk
See what
about
I'm
somebody's
saying?
child?
well,
The double
it's
I don't think
standard.
okay
that was right either.
because they don't like Melody now, so they're
Right.
even willing to lift up the side chick
Yeah.
that helped ruin the family
Yeah.
and uphold Martell because they don't like Melody, and I think
Yeah.
it's just because Melody is winning and they are not.
So they need to
And
keep
she
it
cut
real
them
then.
off.
Let's keep it right. Keep it real.
Yeah,
This
she
She
is
cut
cut
their
them
what.
head
off.
off.
She
Right.
cut them off so they wouldn't, as a
I
host,
wish.
she's the host. They tried to be parasites and take money from her.
Well, I
Right.
wish
Because
she
And
cut
she
the
went on there
head off.
saying that Sugar Mama got her son sick, and she was saying that for weeks. That
Yeah,
Sugar Mama got her son sick.
and guess what else she said? She said she gonna talk about kids and what? And what? What
See?
y'all gonna do about it? And
Okay.
what? That's
Thank
and
what
you.
she
she said.
said she that B from the hood of Dayton, Ohio, right? Didn't she
That,
say that?
Cream of the crop.
Cream
Mm.
of
well,
crap.
she said she could talk about kids. She's like, and what?
She the
Because
cream
they
of
was
the
like, don't
ops.
talk about the kids. I
Honey,
Right.
don't
I
know.
look. I want my lovely sorority sister Melody Sheree. Yes, I came up with legs, hips, and breasts for you.
But she
But
been,
you know,
I want you to do. I hate to say it. Put my banner up. Biatch
oh Lord,
slap them.
hold on now. Hold on. Okay. Go ahead.
Biatch slap them with doing what? Who's the person that said Michael Jackson did to Hammer when he tried to come for his throne? Cut it off.
See
Just
Hammer?
cut it off.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
Yeah. Yeah. I
but you
think
know what? That is why. Go ahead, chit chat.
no, I was just saying I think Mel is done after this season. I
He's
mean,
done.
I do
I
too.
I think it's a wrap for her because I just felt a little sad because she was sitting there on that stage looking just as beautiful, but you can tell that her spirit with these folks around her, you know what I mean? It wasn't a point that I've seen so far where she was laughing and joking or anything. And that's hard. That's hard to deal with.
Yeah, but they're energy vampires. And this is why I say I wish Carlos would have gotten to the heart of what we needed to talk about. I don't know if he's going to do it the third season. When Melody said, they are my enemies, but you, Martell, aka Hotel, aka
Head
Green
leader.
Rash Fungus, are the leader,
Mm-hmm.
that is really the mic drop because she realized that she has been attacked because Hotel brought his flying monkeys to attack her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's the reason why Carlos said in that reunion, and he said he asked her the question that she did in response to working with them. He was trying to, in his indirect way, trying to pull them back together.
Yep.
But once Melanie said no,
Said nope,
never, you
nope,
could see
never.
everybody's face. Okay, was a mic drop, and it was open. Like, dang, like possibly have we gone too far? And the answer is yes. You guys have gone too far, and now you're at this point that your golden ticket is one foot in and one foot out. And you can tell even in the interviews that when Mel's talking that this may be her last rodeo, because she said earlier, she talked about why she got that builder's license, and I've been saying that she's getting ready to do a project.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah,
not only that, she's getting ready to open her own company again. So this lady, for every what is her say? What is
for
her saying?
every demon, five blessings.
Five
That's what the
blessings.
prophet told us.
So I mean, you think about it. You guys, at the end of the day, none of you have done anything to profit off of what you on this come up.
That's
Most people that come to reality TV, most of them are on there for a benefit. And we've seen these people, all of them, with the exception of Mel, none of them have done anything. We haven't seen anything from these people. So when she walks away, you guys are gonna be broke,
yeah.
busted, and disgusted all at the same time. You guys have nothing to fall back on. Nothing.
And
You
Destiny
know,
Well,
has
you know what
nothing
I look
on
at it
Mel.
like? I look at it like she's setting herself up just like she did when she left Martell.
Yep.
She got all her ducks in a row and then she bounced. And I think that she's building all of these multiple streams of income and acting and modeling and doing all of that so she can bounce from this.
well, you know she has to because dumbtail, wholetail, I can't get no builder's license after 11 times trying to
Oh my
pass
goodness.
it.
Yes.
Is not working. And this is the part where she knows this is the chess game because if he loses, and this is why I said he's stupider than I thought. If he loses Love and Marriage Huntsville, his only check, what's going to happen?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I know when he asked her would she work with them or whatever, how does she feel, and she said never. I know they all felt like the come with her leaving the comeback group all over again.
Mm-hmm.
and and they know she means it when she says she's not working with them. I
Yeah.
just wish that she would see Kimmy for what Kimmy is as well and
Me too.
cut her water off too.
Oh, trust
And
me,
to
when
me,
she said her statement, it's cut off. She didn't have to
well,
say no more.
well,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I also felt like, okay, y'all running it in the ground about Kimmy's cancer. I prayed for her and I'm sorry about her situation. But Maurice, you throwing up her situation as a deflection from everything bad that y'all doing. He's gonna, when they're questioning the men about stuff that the men do, the women are jumping in their face,
Yeah.
protecting them, and they're just sitting there like they're the human shields. But
Mm-hmm.
then when the women can answer for themselves, they rather sit there and try to double team male.
Yeah.
Marceau didn't say nothing all the whole time. Excuse me,
Kiki.
Kiki was getting on him about that booty pic. And
Mm-hmm.
number one, the graphics and everything for cell phones 14 years ago, you couldn't heart
Good
pics, and
party.
you
Exactly.
couldn't
Oh my
save
That's
God.
why.
pictures
So it's
and
recent,
pixels
pretty. Did you
and
notice
stuff
it was
like that.
recent, pretty?
That's
That
why.
was
Yeah.
recent.
That's why Kiki said it wasn't 14 years ago.
That was not 14 years
Yeah.
ago. So he cheated on you 14 years ago and he cheated on you recently. And you told on yourself because you said, oh, y'all didn't know the pain I was going through. Well, if you haven't experienced anything in your marriage, what pain are you going through?
I don't know. I think Kimmy and Letitia, they were side chicks back then, I think.
They're side chicks now. Forget
Because I think
back
only
then.
In
because side chicks
their
because
own
side
marriages.
yeah, because side
Exactly.
chicks are the only
Let
ones
me
I know
let me
that go
add Gloria, guys. Give me 1 second. Gloria, is this you? Gloria, are you there?
Hello, yes, it's me.
Hi,
Hi.
Gloria.
Thanks for
hello.
Hi, Gloria.
Hey,
Hello.
real quickly, guys, before we get started with Gloria as well. Let me just go to the video. All right, guys, it is 427 watching and 181 likes. So if you guys can please hit the like button for me, that would be great. But what's your thoughts on everything, Gloria?
for me, on the show, it looks like Marcel is trying to have Tisha and her mom's back. But when Mel said never, like someone just said, they know it's over, he's
Mhm.
going to be so mad.
Mm,
Marcel is cussing Tisha out every day.
yeah. Well, I'm
She
gonna tell you
didn't.
why God don't like ugly. This is what happened because they were gearing the Scots up to have a larger, I don't want to say platform, but a larger role in Love and Marriage Huntsville. When they did that back-to-back episode last season of the Bessemer Hillbillies and all of
Mhm.
that, see, God don't like ugly, and he had Wanda to put a stop in that. When she talked about that baby and all of that, they pumped the brakes on that. But anytime they would send the whole crew to Wanda's town, Bessemer, and they had the whole family in that gym or wherever they were, that's what they were doing. But like Mel said, every for what is it? Every five demons, five blessings, or
Every
whatever.
Mhm.
demon,
Every
five
They,
demon,
blessings.
five blessings.
yeah,
That's what the
Mhm.
prophet said.
they self-destructed that, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, Tisha's sitting on the stage like she's so cocky. Somebody prepped her. They
Uh-huh.
got her ready. And
Carlos.
Yeah, until Mel said never.
Destiny and
Then-
Kimmy prepped her, and Carlos gave him the cheat sheet.
All of
Probably so. But
Jeez.
then she dropped her head, started looking stupid. Then why y'all gonna cut your check off? That don't make sense.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Just
I would have put my banner up, chit chat. I would have
she be
put the
pregnant.
peasant on Greyhound and shipped her to Alaska if I knew my check with this comeback group and the 47 acres and $30 million deal was going to be at stake.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them didn't understand. And then even now, I would have smacked Hotel upside the head. Okay, Hotel, all she wants to do is the co-parenting. Don't mess this up. Why would you bring the snots that are her enemies? I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. I just
Kimmy sitting up there like she can't stand Tisha nor Destiny.
Okay.
She can't.
It's obvious.
You could tell, you could feel the energy, even when she was talking, even when she's talking to Destiny, them having their banter back and forth. You could feel the energy between the both of them, that neither one of them can't stand each other. It's just been a melatonin of them saying, okay, well, they all got together and said, hey, we're not gonna pick back and forth with each other. We all gonna go for male, okay? But when we got in that reunion, something changed. That's why it makes me feel like, did something happen that Kimmy changed her mind about Destiny? What was it?
well,
But
do you think she's
Kimmy
messing
never
with
liked Destiny though.
MLK the third?
Kimmy never liked
Oh,
Destiny.
Lord. Dr. Martin Luther Maurice King.
Yeah, MLK the third, not Junior. I think Melody was being nice. He's the third.
And what does Destiny have on Melody? I would like to know. Nothing really.
Nothing.
They ain't
But
got nothing.
I want to know why Maurice told her don't do that, Destiny.
Don't do that. He always got something to say.
But when Mel said no, please let her.
Exactly. Tell it. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
And did you
Right.
notice how both legs, hips, and breasts 1.0 and 2.0 told Destiny to stop?
Yeah.
But you know why though? You know why?
They pillow talk.
They know. The thing about it is, the reason why they were telling Destiny to shut up, because I'm pretty sure that they know Mel knows something regarding Destiny, and they trying to tell her shut up before you go too far, and Mel's gonna go off on you. But let's be clear: had Destiny had anything on Mel, the hate that
He would
she
have been said
spewed,
something.
she would have been said it. She would have been out at Mel. So my thing is, girl, you keep saying what you got. Girl, run it. Say it. Because
Exactly.
if it was me, if I had that much hate, I would just say it. Just say it.
Yeah,
You
but
know
she
what?
can't
But
say
what?
nothing
She
because
ain't
of
got
the
nothing.
lyric.
She ain't got
Hey
nothing.
y'all, she said it because guess what? Remember when Wanda really started at the peak of her going live, talking all that stuff about Mel? She was coming up with new stuff. That's right when Destiny was hanging with Wanda. I think
It
Destiny
was.
was the one that told Wanda that mess about that man in Alabama that Melody probably used to talk to or date after she got divorced.
I thought it
Mm,
was on the reunion, the previous reunion.
No, Destiny. Well,
good one.
they've been fell out, but Destiny really started hanging with Tisha, but
And one.
Tisha wasn't hanging out at Black like that because Marcell make her stay her butt home. Wanda was always at Black, and
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm
Destiny
just
was
saying.
hanging with Wanda.
Yeah, but the man that Melody was talking about, she talked about it at the second reunion that they did.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but I'm just saying that's probably something that she told them about Melody, just the same way I feel like she went and told Stormy a whole bunch of truths
Mhm,
mixed with lies to gain Stormy's confidence and to turn
mhm,
Stormy against Melody. That's
mhm.
all Destiny does. She divides and conquers. They figured since she was such a good friend with Melody and Martell that whatever she's telling them is the truth
Child,
because they were good friends. I
She wasn't no good
guarantee you
friend to
that's
Melody.
they
probably
ain't no good friend.
what
She
she
wasn't no
had
good
in
friend to
Hotel
Melody.
slept with
Oh no.
horizontal Destiny
I
and
think
Who
so.
pillow
was
talk like he
I
did with
think
the
so.
peasant.
I think
What was
so.
up whenever Stormy came on stage and Martell was just clapping? Did y'all see that?
With that, I saw that, Gloria.
Who came on stage?
Martell, when Stormy came out, Martell was just clapping. Now,
What?
mind you, since she been up there, he never really had any interaction with her. But when she came on that stage, he was clapping like crazy. I was like,
He
"What?
slept with her too?
Oh,
No, but
Dang.
Stormy was
Well, Stormy was at him and Sheree's
Stormy.
New Year's Eve
Yes,
party.
that's what I was gonna say. She was at the New Year's Eve party,
Sure was.
but
Child,
they all
who,
plotting on
Chateau,
Stormy
honey.
money.
who has Hotel
Stormy
not
better.
put his Vienna sausage in, people?
Yeah.
No, Hotel trying to get Stormy and her husband money because they're both naive and trying to
Mhm.
buy friends.
Well, they ain't gonna have a show after this because let's talk about Stormy here.
Oh
Stormy
God.
Betty, if you're in the chat, come on up to the panel. We're here to talk about your daughter.
Come on up, Daddy.
I
Come to the
saw
front.
Stormy moving from side to side like she was on some sedative, trying to make sure she was okay. And who says I'm friends with Destiny after we almost came to blows at the Galentine? Can you explain that to me?
Sure. Please.
It didn't make sense because allegedly the reason why you and Destiny had that falling out was behind whatever endorsement deal or whatever you were trying to get out of Stormy. So whatever was going on, your rage, your whatever was going on with you, that's why you were upset, and that's the reason why you clapped back the way that you did. That's what I'm saying. That these people, they move funny and they weird. And Stormy, she's very weird and she's fake because girl, how you throwing something that in somebody's face 1 minute and the next minute you talk about we real good friends. We real good friends.
I like her a
Girl,
lot.
And Keontae, no one should be confused. None of them are friends. They are just numbers
Thank you. Thank
against
you.
Mel. They're numbers in the pack against Mel. So they've reeled Stormy in, and she's
Yep.
already shown the cracks of that by her mama clowning like she's been clowning. Because the mother wouldn't even be clowning if Stormy and Mel had this okay relationship. This is
Exactly.
all a part of all of their plans. Destiny is stupid as hell, and excuse my French. Stormy
She
said
is.
and told her, "You ain't got enough to go with me," or whatever she said. Destiny, you still gonna call yourself being friends with somebody the way that girl downgraded you, let you know
Exactly.
you ain't got nothing that can touch her. So that is they just trying to band together against Mel. That's my opinion,
And
guys.
That's all it.
sold her Gucci purse. I don't
That's
even.
true.
I,
Uh-huh.
Please.
Well, she's
yeah.
broke, so now maybe she'll
Still
she'll
Well,
she'll
they
try to
she can
worm
do
her
lap
way to get
dances,
some
pretty
money.
brown eyes.
Well, she's gonna probably try to worm her way to get some money. I mean,
said
just
Out of
like we
Stormy.
talked
Oh yeah.
about before,
Go ahead,
she's
pretty girl.
supposed to be opening Madani
Ooh,
again.
child.
So maybe she has a
Child,
silent
I
partner with
wouldn't.
money.
She's trying to warm her way up to Stormy.
As I
Hoping she can hit her
said,
up
in the
for money.
words
So
of
be
Miss
careful.
Seeley to Mister, as it relates to the color purple on behalf of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Until you do right by Melody Cherie, everything will fail. Hotel and your flying monkeys. My God. Everything.
Yep.
Well,
did you guys see the well, before I jumped onto your live, I was listening to Carlos King and that guy Dustin, and Carlos King made it a point to say that this was last week, last Saturday was the second highest episode of 2022. We don't care about that. We don't care about them doggone ratings. We care about what y'all are doing to mail. That's what we
Mm-hmm.
care about. And how did y'all go from millions to thousands?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big drop. And the drop began to happen when you began to merge in new cast member, as Dustin calls them, the others. You begin to merge them in. But not only that is it got worse because Tisha is so
negative.
Lord. Tisha is
Well,
so
Sifa, you're nice.
negative. She
so
is
mean,
so she is
mean.
so unhappy. It's just spewing out of her pores, and you
Mm-hmm.
can tell that it's so embedded in her. She can't reel it back. She can't get it back, and it's like girl, your husband is sitting here looking at you like, "B, stop,"
Yeah.
because you taking it too far. But guess what? All of you guys have put in ammo in Tisha, and now she can't pull back. And even if she did, it's
It's
too
too
late,
late.
and
Yeah.
it's fake.
Yeah, but
So
What
whenever
Latifah
the
is
next
Wanda.
what
when the
happened to the submissive, demure, quiet Tisha? Where
Yeah,
did this
right.
power
She
come from?
got that show enough nasty food from her mama Wanda, and
Yeah.
she's morphed into
You
her
guys
baby.
think back to season 1, season 2. She was messy, don't get me wrong. But Tisha gave off the impression that she was a little shy and quiet,
Mm-hmm.
you
I ain't
know,
fall for that. I ain't
ground
fall
that
for that.
her husband walked on. And now she's a hoodlum, just
I
like her.
think
Well,
she
she
You
got
always
8
been
criminal
one.
arrest records allegedly.
I think she's acting
You
more
always
like
been one.
Wanda. I think she's acting more like Wanda now because Wanda is no longer gonna be on the show, so she's really taking Wanda's place. That's just my perspective of it. But for the third season, whenever she called, said Mel was the devil in sheep clothing, which that's not the way it
And
goes.
it's the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Right,
Thank
Marcel
you.
probably beat her ass when she get home because the show gonna be over with. I'm telling y'all,
And
this is
I
almost a
can't
wrap.
wait. Latifah, go back to Bessemer and have your 8 criminal records and counting come up. That's what I
I
want
guess
you to
he's
do.
saying, they got all these lawsuits, and you steady trying to put the dagger in her. What are you doing?
And
Let it go.
orange is the
This
new
is the
black.
thing. Kimmy will be okay because Kimmy has her nursing if she's well enough to work.
Yeah.
But
If
but
she
she
divorces Scott MLK the third, she'll be
but
great.
but she's still somewhat likable. The rest of them are not likable, so whatever the endeavors that they have, it's not going to really kick off the ground because yeah, y'all have y'all. They're her. The others fans are kind of like Nicki Minaj's fans. They kick and scream on the internet, but when it comes down to it, they don't buy her records. You know
Mm,
what I mean? And,
mm,
and Will Windmill in the comments, Will Windmill on her platform, but we also windmill
to
at the
support
bank and buy her products and support her
exactly.
that way. So Melody way, just
Well,
like she
well,
said,
she's
she didn't
doing products that we want to do. Like, think
Yeah.
about it.
Oh
right,
yeah.
Jay
but
Boland's
regardless,
fashion,
regardless,
home
if the show
decor.
stopped without her control, if the show stopped without Melody's control, like if she don't walk away and the show stops anyway, say the network pulls the plug on it because it's just too much negativity,
Yeah.
Melody will still be fine
She's straight.
Mm-hmm.
with
She's straight.
without the show, but the rest of them will die.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Stormy will still be fine
Mm-hmm.
without the show, but Destiny and Tisha and all of them, they're gonna go back to what they had before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Except now they got way more debt because a lot
The
of them
lawsuit.
eyes were bigger than their pockets
Yeah.
when they thought that they were gonna make that big land deal, and when Mel cut that deal off, that messed everybody's
Yes.
future money up. And I think that's why Maurice is so pissed off at Melody and won't let it go.
Yeah, but Maurice is a bum.
Yeah,
Okay, with
Mm-hmm.
my legend
Well,
up.
they
he's a
all are
bum.
bums. They
Well,
all
we
are
know that,
bums.
but Maurice is the biggest bum I've seen.
Me
How do
too.
you have a law certificate and you ain't got no clients coming in to practice?
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
he
Let,
I
He
got a
has
client
it.
today. I got a client coming tomorrow. I'm
Shit.
getting
but
clients.
let But
Go
let
ahead,
Black
Tiffany.
Titanic tell it. She said that all on the door of his building, and I'm gonna say alleged,
Yes.
that it only said credit repair. It had nothing on the door that was related to him being a lawyer.
Or an
She
attorney.
said that
Thank
it's
you.
on or an attorney. She said it has nothing but credit repair. So my thing is, Maurice, you sat on national TV talking about how many deals you got all over the world. Well, where,
mm-hmm.
boo? And if that's the
Exactly.
case,
Where?
if that's the case, then why aren't you helping your brother, your
Mm-hmm.
sister-in-law get their butts out of this mess that they are in? Tell me
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm
The
going to tell
only
you
reason
guys here to help y'all. If you do credit repair, usually as a lawyer, what you could do is you could help clients file bankruptcy, Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 to restructure debts. You could do debt settlements where you actually negotiate with the creditors to pay, a certain amount, or you could help them with other consulting and strategic things. I'm just saying, if this guy passed his bar license in Alabama, he should be getting clients.
Mm-hmm.
I
He
don't
should
think
be
he passed it.
helping Kimmy. You get what I mean? What
I
is he
do.
doing?
Nothing.
So right
Apparently, I
now, really,
mean,
Kimmy and Maurice, they don't have no income other than the show, right?
Might
well,
be, or her retirement check. Did she get a
they just
retirement
started
check?
they just started their business, so I'm not sure if that title company is turning any money. But see, that's why Maurice is strategically trying to be cool with Melody, because him and Kimmy,
Need
them
the
being nice,
resources.
nasty, because they need Melody's resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but he
Too
messed that
little, too
up
That's
when
why
late.
I
he.
said I hope she cut their water off.
Too little,
Yeah,
too
but he
late.
messed that up at the first or the reunion, the first clip when he said that Melody wasn't a friend to Kimmy.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
dummy.
Well,
Exactly.
the
Why
way
would
that
you
he
say
said it
that?
on the interview, he was like, they're not friends. He made it seem like Kimmy don't mess with Melody.
Yeah.
And if you
Mm-hmm.
remember throughout the season, every time he talked to Kimmy about Melody, he was basically, so you team Mel now, and she was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, so you on Mel's side? He always makes her choose between him,
And
basically the Scots and Melody. Like, who are you gonna choose? He didn't even want her to invite her to to Monster's party.
I
Not
know,
Monster,
but
It was
that's why I
whatever
Jalen's
their
said
wedding.
housewarming.
real,
Galen.
real quick, guys, let me Mimi Mincer. So Carlos and Dustin already released their recap on part two because somebody else said that Dustin
Yes, it's released.
it's
it's re-
that
It's
bad,
released.
huh? He switched
I
it.
was watching it. I was watching it just before you came on live, and
oh,
it's longer than what the first one was. It's like an hour and a half, so it's released.
okay.
Mm.
Somebody else in the comments basically I'm trying to find it and it was you moving forward. Where is it? But they said something like Dustin is now champion for Bessemer or something like that.
Child, he
Oh
can have
gosh.
Bessemer.
Get out of here.
So Carlos must have told him to switch up.
Yeah, because he was on point last week and I had a whole video recorded, but that's when they released the doggone part two. But
But
he
I doubt that because he already told him he was Team Male. He was a millimeter.
Yep, he
Yeah, but
sure
if
But
he
did.
switch it
but
up for
Sure
his,
did.
Letitia and Marcel, he's not
no,
being fair.
his energy was different tonight.
Uh-huh.
I could tell when I started watching it, that first authentic Dustin that we got, the very first one,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the one that we're getting tonight. His energy has changed, and it kind of make me feel like maybe Carlos may have had a conversation with him, because honestly, I thought maybe he wasn't going to do a second interview just because he was rooting for Mel so much. But
yeah,
tonight, his energy is different. So it kind of makes me feel like Carlos may have gotten in his ear because of what's going on. That's my opinion.
Well, I got to ask you guys this. Um, why do you think Carlos Queen has such an infatuation with Marceau and these Scots men?
mm,
He need him as a meal ticket because if Mel, I think, in my opinion, that he's trying to turn their image around,
Huh.
and in my opinion, it's just mine, that he's trying to turn their image around just some, because if he can turn their image around, if Mel walks away and they're turning their image, it may allow them to be able to still keep the show. That's my opinion.
yeah.
Now,
But
I don't think that it's gonna work because you got to remember, that you can do great things, right? Somebody's praising you for great things. And the minute that you start doing things that are unethical, not cool, then people will remember the bad things, not the good things. So, regardless of whatever Carlos is attempting to do, it's not going to work because you allowed them to tarnish, disrespect Mel this entire season. Before that, people are not gonna forgive that, and we're not gonna watch the show. But in my opinion, I think he's trying to turn it around just a little bit, just in case if Mel walks away.
Well,
I don't
first,
Yeah.
know.
well, first he needs to have Letitia lay on somebody's couch and get deep therapy because she talk with puppets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She don't
Nobody,
need it. She need to be with the puppet.
thank you.
Yeah.
Nobody want to see her
That
because she's the puppet master. She like to talk to puppets and they talk back to each other. No, something wrong with her. No, 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 no.
was
She cray cray.
epic fail with her and them.
Mhm.
She don't know how
I was
stupid she look.
embarrassed, Chit Chat,
She don't
as
know how
a
stupid
member
she look.
of the sorority she's in as well when that happened.
Melody was cracking up.
She was laughing. She really was. You
I
know,
But
mean,
I guess she was saying, "Look at this clown," because that's what she looked like.
yeah, but she
Like I
wasn't even laughing. That's the
no,
thing that was worse. You know, we were like, usually when you come up, okay, this is a joke. She
yeah,
was dead
she was
serious.
serious. Yeah, she was serious. She worked hard on that. Y'all saw the pajamas and everything, didn't you?
Yes,
Child, the
Oh,
just
good.
like at the
hairstyle.
Christmas party. But whenever
Yeah.
Carlos asked Kimmy how did she feel about the baby and all that, Kimmy said that Wanda went too far. Did y'all see that look Tisha gave Kimmy?
I told you she
yes,
loves Wanda.
Yeah,
Tisha
Wanda
looked
was
at her
her
like,
spokesperson for
mm-hmm.
Letitia.
Miss
hmm
Wanda gonna always have it in for Melody because her daughter's father was in Mel's DM trying to hit on Melody, and she's never because at one time she Miss Wanda was the one saying to Melody, "Oh, you deserve better than Martell. You can always get a
hmm
better." I don't know if that was season 1 or 2, but
she
she was
said,
telling Mel. Remember that, right?
"Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she went from that to now hating Mel like crazy. This all spurns from that man trying to hit on Melody, all up in Melody's DM, saying how pretty she is, and she's hated Mel since then. She's
that's it."
she's at
Yeah,
war
but
with
I
Mel
think
since
she's
then.
always hated her. I don't
She
think it
hated
was
her
just then.
before. She hated her
Right? I just
before.
didn't see. I didn't see her coming for her like she is now.
Yes,
Well,
she
she wasn't
did.
on the show to come.
That
She
she
was
wasn't on
coming
the show.
I
for
think that
Melody's
they
She was
all have
going
been
after Miss
bitten
Van,
by
to
the
argue with Miss Van.
yeah. What I think is they all now. I know that they had some history beforehand, but I think that they all have been bitten by the reality TV bug. And
Mm-hmm.
in reality TV, it is known that you go after the star. That's
Yeah.
going to keep you in episodes and whatever. That's how it's been across the board. But with
Hmm.
this group, they've taken it low. They've tried to cause harm, and it's not the typical fighting with the head person on the show. It's beyond that now. So I'm
Yeah,
just
they're bullies.
And like Melody
Yeah,
said, these people were never even her friends. They were
well,
I
Marcel's
think.
friends.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think if the one of these Scots was not on the show, it would not have went this
thank
way or would not even be this way. So they
you.
really need to delete one of them. But with
Thank
Kimmy having this such aggressive cancer, she doesn't know when it's gonna come back. Nobody knows dealing with cancer. Maurice is not getting ready to go to work. Kimmy gonna end up at her mom and dad's house on the couch.
Hmm.
Because
I think MLK the third, aka Margarine, aka Maurice, is the ringleader behind all this.
he is. You can look
Mm-hmm.
at him and
Duh.
tell he's got
Mm-hmm.
such an evil. He
Mm-hmm.
has a very evil spirit as well. Now he's real bad.
Yeah.
Because the thing that gets me is, did you notice on the first reunion clip, Hotel did this fist pump like he's his boy, but it was Vanessa who told us that Maurice was the one that sucker punched him at Madani.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mark,
what gets me is, why does Hotel not understand that Maurice is not a friend to him at
None of
all?
them is his
hmm
friend. None of
At
them.
all. at all.
Martell is the lowest of the low. I
Yep.
don't think none of those men on that show sitting on that panel, even if they were divorced, I don't think they would ever allow anybody to disrespect their kid's mom or their ex-wife.
Period.
Martell sits up there. Oh,
He's jealous
Well,
of her.
he has feminine tendencies.
Yeah.
Put my alleged up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a Mitch.
Maurice wouldn't
I
let
think that's
Kimmy disrespect Kiowa,
right.
ma'am. No, they won't.
yeah.
And he won't let
Ma-
her say nothing to Monster neither.
You
And
know,
you know what?
for me, Martell is like he's trapped in a
Sick
puberty.
body.
You know, it's like he doesn't operate as a man. If you look at
No.
even the video of him when he was at Sheree's house for New Year's Eve, he was
Little
so
boy.
childlike, you know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Little boy.
Yeah.
not mature at all. Tonight, sitting on that stage or for the reunion period, he's just basically sitting there. He'll chime in
Mhm.
here and there, but it's like he's
Giggling and
not fully developed. I'm not sure what's
Mhm.
He
Well,
let them.
whatever
he's
his
a boy
mother
in a man's
Marlene
body.
had in that liquor bottle when she had him
oh Lord.
And
affected
Child.
how he's behaving on the reunion is
affected his ability to grow. But not everything Anonymous said is allegedly up.
He's a little boy
Woo,
trapped in a
child.
man's body.
Maybe Marlene was doing like the peasant does with Knox and letting him suck her boobies when she was
hey,
till she was
hey,
7.
hey.
Child.
Well, I know Martell is acting now how they wish he would have acted at Madani. They didn't want Mel to have any backup, and he flipped the
That's so
script.
true. That's so true. He
Because
protected
Martell
her
is
in
not
that
saying
moment.
nothing one way or the other, and he knew that when Marceau told him that Marceau laughed, because Marceau laughs at everybody's pain. He does.
Mhm. He sure does. And
So,
Tisha sitting up there trying to be so big and bouncing and carrying on, clapping her hands, and
and
you
then
sitting
She
up there with
was
Kimmy,
big.
a
You
five
are
point five
right,
million dollar
Corey.
lawsuit, and you think Melody is worried about you? You
Right.
might want to ask her, can you borrow the 5 million?
Thank you. Because I'm confused. You running a multi-million-dollar company and you carrying yourself like that on national TV?
Exactly.
yep,
On
And
I
then
national
got
she
a
gonna
because
question.
they're not running a multi-million-dollar company.
They
They
ain't
don't got
running no
Oh, I
company.
they
know
got
that.
Exactly. They
they
say that.
they
I know
not.
that.
They say that.
Tisha
How
running
does
that.
Latifah
Tisha
have
running
money to go
that.
get BBL surgery on a booty
she
and
Right.
borrowed
boobies?
that $1 million
Tisha
for
running
the
that.
supposed to been for the house.
Yeah.
Is that where
Tisha
all the
didn't even
money
have her
went?
nails done for the reunion. Did y'all see her nails?
Yes,
She
Mm-hmm.
had
yes.
blue nails with like about a half a centimeter of new growth on them.
A mess.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of
And
looking like
It's brown eyes. Oh my
she
gosh.
eating the house.
Did y'all see whenever they first got there? She is so needy. Not hate. I don't like people that's clingy and needy like that. Kimmy, everybody got out by themselves. I can understand they taking your hand. It's like Marceau had to pick her up like a baby. She
Yeah.
ain't had no
So
arm
weak.
down. I was like, what?
that was
Honey,
just
that booty
Marceau putting on for the camera.
she
Marceau was putting
had
on for the
that
camera.
booty implanted or whatever. Because remember the first pics, the first season, she wasn't that big. That
Mm.
sucker got
Yeah.
boobs,
She was
got butts.
very, very small. Mm-hmm.
And you
That's where
what's
they
gonna
money
happen is
went.
what's gonna happen, they all gonna turn on each other because the only reason they actually getting along is because nobody likes Mel. So in the group that they're in now, they don't even like each other.
They don't
Yeah,
like
but what is Hotel going to do when he loses his check?
That's his problem.
it now.
Lose his mind.
You think he's
That's
going
what
to
he
follow
gonna
Well,
say.
suit?
He gonna live in the
had he
chateau.
done
Get him
Look,
an
no, had he
OnlyFans.
Sheree
no,
had
had he done right
Sheree
by
gonna kick
Get him
him
Mel,
an
out. I think he's
OnlyFans.
moving in with Carlos Queen.
Oh
look,
God.
Well, he can do that too.
because Sheree is not gonna have him and five kids running through that mansion. She got
She didn't look like she wanted him in there.
She
Well,
sure
they
did.
didn't kiss.
noticed
Now you know why they didn't kiss for New Year's. I told Deanna Rose that it's because Sheree Cougar Peach Cobbler thought he had been grocery shopping with the
Exactly.
peasant earlier in the day.
AC booty.
dry,
Yep.
baby. His lips was white. I was like, oh my
Baby,
Yeah.
those lips look grocery shopping. He missed his lip gloss.
God.
He looked like he been walking in snow or something.
Oh God.
Damian Hall was there as well. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw him. Yeah, I
I
saw him.
can't remember who I
Damian Hall.
watched.
there's Maritha. Hold on, guys.
I can't. Okay.
Maritha, is this you?
Yes.
Hey.
Hey,
Hello.
Marissa.
Yeah. What I mean, what
Hello.
um
Hold on. Chit chat. Chit chat. Before we get started with Miss Maritha now, you got to be careful because we got some trolls coming up on the
Yep.
panel
Yep.
and
Baby, Marita
they
whooped that trick
trying us.
last night.
Rita let her have it, right,
Using
Rita?
you all's, are they using you all's pictures or what's going on with the trolls?
It
Somebody.
don't
No,
matter.
this lady was
Marita
saying she was
is
from
our whoop that trick
Huntsville.
troll for the thing. She whooped that trick.
No way. I missed it. What live was it? Last night.
The Silvers.
The
Mm-hmm.
Silver's live.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She
See, I
came
gotta
on
go
it.
back and watch.
She
That
came on
lady
there
sounded.
coming.
She
She came
sounded
that
like she
Mel
was.
boy.
She sounded like she was drunk or something, though.
Honey, there
Came
were
that
plenty
Mel.
of drunks that night, baby. It was the best.
Maritha said, I ain't gonna go at you, but I can go at you.
Marita
I
said,
was
I'm
like,
going to beat
what?
the thing out of you.
She said, "Do
She
you?"
was telling, the Silver was like, let me get you up out of here. Who are you?
Yeah.
Let me get you up.
She said, "Are you related to
Ah,
them?"
I was proud of you, Maritha.
She
Anonymous
said.
oh well
had to
thank
fight
you,
on
She
thank
said.
another
you,
one,
thank
but I
you.
was proud of you.
She said,
Marie,
I'm not gonna try to disrespect nobody else's panel, but I can get with you now.
you
I was
set it
like,
off, Maritha.
I
Yep.
don't think I was,
Yes,
I
she
was
was.
okay.
she
Okay, okay.
did.
You
Yes, she did.
needed
I
to.
was in the
That
bushes.
trick
I
was
was listening.
lying on here.
Yeah. She said,
You
"Are you
know,
related to them? Do you sit down and drink cappuccino with them?
I
Wow.
mean,
Do
Mm-hmm.
you
it
know
was
them?"
she was just she said she lived in Huntsville and she know these people, but and what when she said I was a crazed fan, I'm a fan, but I don't think I'm because I'll get with Mel too. I'll come down on Mel when Mel is wrong. That you cannot make right out of wrong and wrong out of right.
Mhm.
So she was giving her opinion. Everybody has have an opinion.
Yeah.
Not to say your opinion is right and mine is wrong or vice versa. It's just our opinion and we have different opinions. So,
Mhm.
when you come on a panel like this, you have to, everyone is not going to agree with you and you're not going to agree with everyone. But there's a way to be respectful. And,
Right.
I can't say, anonymous, you wrong, you wrong. I can't keep saying that
Right.
because I don't know what you watching, but I know what I'm watching and what we watching.
It's
We
not
ain't
the
watching the
same.
same thing.
Yeah, it was true. We were like, she was like, what'd she say? She said Letitia or Latifa was getting attacked by Melody. We're like, what are you talking about? Because that's
Mhm.
not what was happening.
And
Right.
Melody knew Martell was cheating all them years, and she stayed with him, and all this other stuff she was saying. It's
Oh
crazy.
what?
Oh,
And
that's
Yeah.
Because
everybody,
I think
everybody on the show,
that's
she
her
let
She
everybody
marriage.
know
on the show.
Okay.
Marcel cheating and she staying with him.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
That's why she smells like a fish called Wanda.
Oh
Oh,
gosh. And
Oh.
she said everybody on the
put
show
yourself on
Put
mute.
my bed up.
she said
Put
everybody on the
yourself
show
on
had
mute,
nothing
anonymous.
to
Okay, can I ask y'all
Destiny.
a question? I know a lot of people say, okay, if Mel, I'm gonna get with Mel if she wrong or whatever. When has she been wrong? Or I
Not as
mean,
I
because
know.
I've
I
never
haven't
I don't
seen.
seen it.
recall.
I've never, you know what?
I've never seen
I,
Mel wrong by her.
I've never seen Mel when
When has
look,
she been wrong? That's
I've
all I
never
want to know.
seen it.
Me
I have
neither.
never
Me neither.
seen it. I've
Me
never
neither.
seen it. But I'm a Libra. So I'm a Libra, but I have Scorpion tendencies. I'm right on that borderline. I'm on that cutoff date.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I'm more Scorpio than Libra, but I like to see both sides and I like to hear both sides.
Mhm.
And when a person like tonight, I had been here because the episode had been leaked, right? So I
Mhm.
had been seeing a lot of people say, "Oh, Mel with that stank face," and how she was making those faces. And then I'm saying, "Oh my God, what do these people want from this woman?"
Thank you.
I
With
said,
a
"What
dumb
do
Exactly.
they
They
face.
want
want
from
her
this
to
Dumb
lay
woman?"
face.
there and just let them kick her,
Exactly.
beat
And
her
then
down, and give
th-
them all her money. That's what they want her
that
to do.
I ain't
exactly.
giving
And
no
they didn't
broke
even know
tricks no
what the
money.
backstory was for Mel. Mel is so over this show. Mel is over those people. Mel got things to do and money to make. And she done already told everybody I got money to make and not friends to fake. And so we already done seen that. And then I got to sit up here. Now I got to sit here and listen at these people You try to destroy my marriage. You got a black soul. You just the devil in sheep clothing. If you can't say this thing
It's a
right,
wolf
don't
in
say
sheep
it.
clothing.
At all. Thank you. Because
It's
it's
a
Don't
wolf
say
in
it.
sheep
And
He's
then
clothing.
the
you
one
know, I
counted.
believe what really pissed everybody off, regardless of anything Mel ever said, when Mel said,
Never.
never,
never.
Never, never, never.
never means never,
Right?
NEVA, nada, no,
Zip,
it
zip.
ain't happening.
Zilch,
Nope.
nothing.
That's it. So when Mel said that, that put fear.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the fear on everybody because they just
Mm-hmm.
stopped for a minute. Like everybody heart just
Yep.
stopped beating for a split second.
To
It
see
was
their
definitely a
storyline.
pause.
To
Including
see their
Carlos?
Definitely a
storyline.
pause.
Including Carlos's?
Yes.
Including when Mel said never,
Hmm.
everybody just like, oh damn.
Carlos,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Mm-hmm.
See,
You
that's
know,
why
it's
I
just like
love
when
my
you hit,
sorority sister. Whoop
yeah,
that trick.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's just like when you hit a dog and you hit that dog too many times, and that dog said, "Okay, hit me one more time,
I'm gonna
Ninja.
bite
Hit
back.
me one more time." And you hit that dog one more time, and the dog happened to be a Rottweiler.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh
You
God.
know, I think they was expecting I don't want to say a typical male answer because that's not it. But I think that they thought she would say, well, you know, we can see how things go, or I'm open, and she shut it down. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad
Yep,
she
Sure
and that's
did.
what surprised. That's
Sure
what
did.
surprised
that's the
all of them,
it
and
surprised.
and that's why not Carlos, but Marcel got mad because he know now, baby. You know we can't even. I can't. Well, I doubt very seriously if she ever went into black. You know, blacks like that. You know, because it don't even look like it's a clean place to sit.
Mhm.
But it just seemed like he just like, man, she's for real. She's for real
Yep.
now.
She for
It's
real.
over. It's done.
On
It's
her
a
You
wrap.
live,
know,
she was saying that
Look,
on her live. She
they
didn't want to
should
be
have
there.
known it was over when Melody filed for divorce from Martell
Yep.
and
you know
dissolved the
what?
businesses.
But you know what was the last straw? You want to know what was the final straw with Mel? The final straw with Mel was her children. The
Yeah.
final straw
That's it.
that broke the camel's back was her children, her daughter, and for all of them to sit up there, we have to go back. um Kimmy and Maurice was upset with Tiffany. They bullied her down when she came back and screwed whatever she did. So you got to think about, as a parent, we know what is the final straw that will make me unalive you when it comes to my child. Okay,
Yeah, but you
I'm not
know
gonna
who
play. I'm not gonna play about that. And Martell, as the daddy, as Carlos King said, you can email me for everything else, but when it comes to this, well, Carlos King, I don't care if you're a parent or not, you know that kids are off limits. So for you to sit there and say, well, you email me about everything else, we all know that Martell play in your comments. We know that he play on your line. We know he play in your text messages. We know he play in the emails. But you should know, as a human being, that a final straw is kids, and nobody should have to come to you and have a conversation with you about what went on when you know that this child is an innocent baby and that can't really speak for herself. So for you to sit up there and you even co-sign this mess, you should be ashamed of your damn self.
But you
Yeah.
know
But
what
see,
killed
I'm
me with
starting to think
Martel?
that Carlos wanted Madani to pop off like that with those Scots as well.
And
He
what
thought he
kills
was
me
going to bully them off the show.
is what kills me with Martel. In one hand, he taking up for Sugar Mama. Then the other hand, he trying to take the kids from her. And then he treats Sugar Mama totally different, or treats her. He don't treat her the same. So if you're gonna sit there and defend your daughter, treat her fairly and treat her properly. You know, having her walk in the snow, her hands are cold, she's crying for her mother. He treats Sugar Mama totally different. So it just kills me that he sits there and defends her,
He treats
defends
all
Sugar
his
Mama.
children differently. He's a
But Sugar Mama is
narcissist.
the one person I notice that he don't even want to call her Sugar Mama. You know, he don't even want to call her her nickname. You
Mhm.
know, Then he
But you
makes
see,
comments.
everybody call her sugar mama, and he couldn't do nothing but take it.
Yeah,
He wants his ego.
yeah.
If
And when
you
he was
look
in
at
his,
what narcissists do, narcissists specifically don't like the children because it takes attention away from them.
Yep.
Only Martell cares about is himself. That's why when Keontae, when you made that comment, remember Melody had enough after Hotel, did the
Mhm.
IG lives on the children,
Mhm.
and then attacked his firstborn.
Mhm.
That's when Melody said, I'm done with all of this. I'm
Mhm.
done.
right, because he's not looking at what he think that's going to do to Sugar Mama if he takes these kids away from her. What does he think that's going to do to all of the kids, especially Sugar Mama?
He don't care.
He don't
Well,
care.
no
He don't
judge in
care.
their right mind will give that baby to that
I know.
broke
I don't
joke
believe it
of
either.
a man.
Period.
Well, see,
Period.
this is the thing that I think is going to happen, and this is why I say it's a delicate balance for Melody. Because the custody case is ongoing, I know Melody said she wants to move out of Huntsville, but this is the dilemma. If the home state is Huntsville, Alabama, here, most likely the court in Huntsville is not going to have her relocate those kids. Okay? So that's why I'm thinking she's probably going to just accept the off and on every week, but he has to do counseling and get that stuff done. And she'll just have other homes in other places like LA, Atlanta, you name it.
Right.
Because that's the biggest thing with him, even though he is a trifling, show enough bad dad. If he at least does the minimum, the courts usually will like him to be within the children's life.
Sure.
And that's just, like I said, I think Martell made a huge mistake by not at least trying to co-parent on the show Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yes, he did.
Huge mistake.
Yes,
because that could have allowed him to have a future check.
Yep.
Well,
She
he's
was
making
willing to
more of
do
a
that.
mistake going live, showing how incompetent he is with those kids.
Well,
Exactly.
he's having a manic episode.
Let me bring up. Let's see. Just being real.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Hey.
How are
Hi.
you?
How y'all doing?
Doing
Good.
good.
Hello.
Good.
Huh?
We're
What?
good. How are you?
Oh, great. I'm doing great.
All right. What's your thoughts on the topic that we're talking about?
Oh, you want me to give my opinion right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I had heard her talking, so I didn't know if she wanted to finish her point or anything before
I was done, honey.
Okay.
I was trying to give Hotel grace. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done
Ooh,
it.
look at you. That's
I
nice.
know.
If Anonymous is giving
Sorry,
grace, y'all
Melody,
better go
pray
get
for
some
me. I
lottery
was giving
tickets.
Hotel grace.
Anonymous, if I was near you, I would check your temperature, your forehead. See if
Y'all better go get some numbers. That's all I gotta say.
I'm just telling you what
That's
the
why
courts
I
usually
say
like
turn
to do.
off her, mute her.
Maurice, what's up?
I wanted to say I saw that live off of Empress had re-showed it on her channel with the live that Melody had earlier today because I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And when she was talking about the people trying to play like her car was a ride at the carnival and they were in the line trying to take pictures in front of it, I thought to myself, who would have done that, right? So I look back at the video in the front, like it's like the first few seconds. Tell me why that car looks like the second car Melody rolled up with the same rims that the Scotts hopped out of.
Somebody mentioned
You know
that.
what? I saw that. And you know what it
Yeah.
was? They were trying to use Melody's car service.
Right.
They
And
were
I'm
trying to
thinking to
use Melody
myself,
car
is that why
service.
Melody has the evil heart and she's a devil in
Yes.
the sheep disguise?
Yes.
Because what
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out is what gets me is they love to say Melody is evil and that she's got a dark heart, but the reason why they say that is because they can't manipulate her anymore. They can't use her like they used to and have access to her like they used to. Like when they turned around, they were on that stage and they were all disrespecting her and Martell with his stupid behind not even catching wind of the way that they were disrespecting their child and their own offspring, you know? and trying to condone what Wanda was saying, which was out of hand, and there was no excuse for it at all. Because her daughter's grown. And let's be real about it. I'm 30 years old, and my mama don't need to come to a conversation for me to stand up for myself. You know what I'm saying? So there's absolutely no excuse. You know, she's actually insulting her daughter, insulting her parenting, because if you feel your daughter too weak and she a mother herself, what does that mean that she gonna do for her kids? Is she gonna be able to stand up for them? Because she can't even stand up for herself.
Yeah.
But I digress. The reason why I thought something was wrong with him was after disrespecting her like that on that stage, Maurice still had the nerve to try to use like Kimmy's situation as a means to try to make her feel guilty for saying she doesn't want to deal with them no more.
Exactly.
So how long have you disrespected this woman, and how long has Martell let you do that? Like, it's like they're an extension of Martell. All of them are an extension of Martell. Like, if he can't get into that crevice, he gonna find a way. Like when Stormy was at the ATL party or whatever, it dawned on me. He tries to get in close proximity to anybody that he thinks Melody is close to or has a friendship with. So he can find another way to have access to her in some type of way, shape, or form. They're weird. How can you dislike somebody so much, but you know you need them for a storyline? It's like in the midst of their hate and their envy, they get so riled up and they get into this fit of attacking her. And then once she finally got to that point where she no longer wants to associate with them, it's like they have to pull back and say, oh my God, I think we went too far. She don't want to deal with us. And then what is Letitia's storyline? Rocks, Flintstone. What is going to be Maurice's? Playing at a desk and playing with construction sheets of paper and pretending like he's doing something?
Exactly.
What is their storyline?
Male.
And you know what?
Exactly.
And you know what? I was watching back the reunion, and I know that on some panels they were saying that Kimmy and Tisha kind of did have like a little banter, not in an ugly way, but like they were trying to acknowledge each other. Well, I noticed because I went back and I watched it, and I watched it today. Have you noticed that Kimmy and Tisha really haven't really said much to each other at all? And the reason why I can say this, because I've already shared with the panel that I am a breast cancer survivor. So Kimmy, if you notice, Kimmy doesn't really deal with Tisha anymore, right? Tisha, even in the comments when she's trying to have a conversation back and forth when it comes to Kimmy doesn't acknowledge Tisha. And I can tell you this, that the reason why Kimmy isn't dealing with Tisha is because we all saw on national TV where Kimmy was like, when she was crying to Tisha about what she was going through, Tisha did not uphold her word when she said that, Kimmy, if you need anything, I'm here from you. And I'm going to say this is that when you're going through this time, when you're going through chemo, it's a fighting session, because every time you go, it takes every bit of it, depletes you. And the more you go, the more you deplete it, the more you go, the more you deplete it, until at the end, you have no energy from nobody. So the last thing that Kimmy should have ever been trying to get out of Tisha is a call asking for any help. This is your sister, as we saw you say on national TV. You should have been there. Kimmy has cut Tisha off because guess what? Tisha was not there for her. She was not checking in on Kimmy. She was not doing what family do. She was not doing what a sister would do. I know that. And I can speak those words because when I was going through chemo, my sister was not here for me. My mother was here for me. My mom was there at every appointment for me. I didn't even have to tell her. When I was up and ready to go, she was coming on out with me. So when you're going through a time like that, and the one person that wanted you to give, and them not give you nothing, Kimmy is no longer going to deal with Tisha the way she used to, because Kimmy's going to forever know. Huh?
I said, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but as
Oh
far
no,
as
you're okay. No, you're okay.
their relationship or whatever, them being sister-in-laws, I don't think they were close regardless. Before
Mhm.
she was diagnosed, and Kimmy made a point to say that if she wasn't married to Maurice, she wouldn't even be friends with Tisha. She admitted.
Right.
Then on this reunion, she said, I'm not besties with anybody here. That included Tisha.
That included, yeah.
So, I get what you're saying as far as we don't know if she's been there or not. I don't think Tisha's been there because her reaction was weird to me.
Yes.
It made
Yes.
me think, did they know in advance and they're just playing it up for the cameras, because it wasn't authentic, if you ask,
Right.
when
You're
Kimmy
you're
first shared with her.
Oh yeah, you're so right about that. Even when Kimmy came to tell her, it felt to me like Tisha already knew. She knew when they had that dinner at Stormy's house. She
Yeah,
knew.
I think so too.
And the what Mel gave Kimmy is a reaction of somebody that really and truly cared for you. Like regardless of whatever Mel and Kimmy had, we know that Kimmy is the way she is because she's dealing with these Scots. But ultimately, I feel in my heart that Kimmy and Mel relationship could be more authentic than what we see. And you can tell when Kimmy was expressing the things that Mel did, she didn't say Tisha did anything. She didn't even acknowledge, well, Tisha was there for me, because Tisha ain't been there for you, because Tisha don't care about you, girl.
Yeah.
So while you're sitting here and you're holding your loyalty to Tisha, you need to think different. And trust me, Kimmy's went through chemo and her fight is not over. But let me tell you, in the end, the Kimmy that we see on national TV, that will not be Kimmy at the end. Because guess what? You fighting for your life, you not knowing if you're going to wake up tomorrow, not knowing if this cancer is the treatment that they're giving you is working. You're going to be a different person. Your energy will be different. Trust me, I used to be a hothead and I would get in your face and not think twice about it. But when God struck me, when God gave me my second chance at life, I don't take it for granted at any point. And I refuse to let people get me out of pocket. So trust me, this Kimmy that we see going into this next season, I could probably bet my words that she's not going to be the Kimmy that she is right now.
Meaning what though? What do you mean right now?
Meaning the person that we see that Kimmy is still petty. She's still into starting BS, meaning that she's willing to get dirty when it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy won't be that person that she is that we see now, meaning that her going through this journey, it's going to change her because she's still not over it. She's
Yeah.
still going through process. She only finished chemotherapy.
Yeah.
She
Well,
still has surgery and she still has radiation. So I'm just saying for me that I don't think that the person that we're getting this season is going to be the person that we get next season.
can I just say something real quick
Mm-hmm.
about
Uh-huh.
that subject? Okay, well, again, but other brother, Basement Billy, came out and said that
Yeah.
Kimmy was the one who prepped him and told him what to say uh about like Melody's mom, and when he goes to the interviews, she was behind all of it, her and Maurice. He threw her under the bus and said she was the one of the main people who was behind it, and she was going through her chemo and everything at the same time. So I don't believe that what she's going through is going to change her. she's still married to this guy, and I think that the him is what's changing her, not necessarily the cancer scare or her treatments that she's going through.
Mm-hmm.
But I can kind of see both of what both of you are saying
Marita, one
because
second, Marita. Let me just let Southern
somebody
Nubian
got
up.
it.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Southern Nubian,
How you doing?
hello. Thanks for joining us. And I'm sorry, Marita. Go ahead.
Um, I can see, what both of you are saying. I just had a cousin to pass from cancer, and I have another one right now is in that same battle. It reoccurred, and you would think that a person who's going through that would stop behaving in a manner that would deplete them of the positive energy that they need to go through this. And I think Kimmy is breaking loose from the Scott, from that little clique. When you're in a family, we gonna stick together, whether
Yep.
we right or wrong, we gonna stick together anyway. So, and I think Kimmy is pretty much over that, because when a person is going through something, they need something. You don't ask them what if there's anything I could do. If See, that's the key word. If there's anything that I can do for you, of course there is. I'm going through chemo. When I'm done, I just don't feel like cleaning. I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like doing anything. So, and when Kimmy was giving that speech about how Mel gave her time, she didn't rush her. She brought food over. She did whatever it is she did. Now, the opposite of that, Tisha is a person that will exhaust you. She
Yeah.
done her husband is so exhausted, so he just doing what the hell he want to do now. Kimmy is exhausted because Tisha is a needy person. I
Very.
need for you to do this, and you didn't call me today, girl. I can barely pick up the phone. I can barely lift my head. You want me to call you? She's needy, and
Yes.
and then on the flip side of that, well, now Kimmy, girl, really? You still gonna be a bone collector? You still gonna be a bone carrier? You still gonna be petty? You still gonna be messy? Girl, use that energy for something else. So I understand that, and I empathize with Kimmy, but Kimmy is like Kiki for me right now. I always side eye Kimmy, and I'm side eye Kiki. So we
Mm,
know what Stormy is. We know what Stormy is. So I take Stormy. She's another.
she's
She,
another.
she's another.
She's
So,
another.
but with Tisha is exhausting. Whenever Tisha talk and Marcell is around, watch how his face is. He's like, "Will you just shut the hell up?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah, but I get all of that, but
give
at
me
the
one
same
second.
time,
Pretty brown eyes. Give me one quick
oh,
second.
okay, sorry.
Southern Nubian. You have a TV
Yes.
or something in your, or you may have a second device, but there's an echo, so I had you muted. Do you have a TV playing in the background?
Yes. Can you hear it now?
Let me see now. Uh,
Good.
well, I still do. You guys, anybody else hear any feedback?
Yeah, we hear it.
Yes.
Yeah, you may have a second screen of YouTube open. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna mute you. If you can just check it out because Pretty Brown Eyes is speaking. I just want
Okay.
to know why I had you muted. Okay. All right, Pretty Brown Eyes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's no problem. I was just gonna say that yes, with all things considered, I would hope that after she undergoes her treatment and everything, and she has a new lease on life, and she would change. I too went through, a life saving uh transplant surgery. I have a kidney transplant, but by no means does that give me, and when I was going through dialysis and everything while I was waiting to be on the list,
Mm-hmm.
that didn't mean that I had free reign to just do people any kind of way and backstab and hurt people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I get it, I would hope that she would change, but at the same time, for Maurice to get on the stage and pretty much reprimand everybody for being themselves, because Kimmy is sick. And in my opinion, I feel like he took that because he wants the attention on him more so than she does. And he's calling everybody else out, like everybody should take life more seriously. But like again, Kimmy was in on a whole bunch of the different schemes that was going on, and she was in on the private meeting about everybody what they can and cannot show. She was in on the I know y'all seen the video before the reunion when they all sat at the table plotting and conspiring on what they were probably going to say and do, and they were a united front. And it's like, for her to be sick, she's always taking part in some type of plot or scheme, in my opinion. I mean, maybe I'm being too hard on her, I don't know, but
No, I get
it
where
doesn't
you're, I
it
get where
doesn't
you're
it
coming.
doesn't look good, because to me, when I was sick and in the hospital, the last thing I was thinking about was sitting on the phone gossiping with my friends about anything. I was trying to live. You hear me? I was trying to live. I wasn't sitting up here, you know, plotting.
Yeah.
That was the last thing on my
I
mind.
definitely understand what you're saying. I get both of you guys' points. What I saw tonight, parts. I saw Kimmy go against Maurice twice tonight. Or in part one and part two. Tonight it was when she went against what he said. He was trying to say that, well, Martell went on Dr. Heavenly, and I think Martell shouldn't go out and do this. And Kimmy said she doesn't think it had anything to do with Dr. Heavenly. I looked
Exactly.
I
And it
looked at
didn't.
Kimmy's response to Destiny, and the way she was going tit for tat with her on that. I looked at how she pushed back on Carlos. So I think that Kimmy's current situation, and this is just my opinion, I
Hmm.
think it's going to make her step out of that fold that she
Mhm.
really wasn't in to begin with when it comes to the Scots. And hey, maybe her relationship with Maurice will be affected, but you can really tell she's not with the BS. And she went against them when she said, "No, I do consider Mel a friend." So
Mm-hmm.
I just see it a little differently. I know that as a family, they've all been involved in these inner workings to try to take Mel down, but I see a little pushback so far from Kimmy, and I don't know if
Yeah,
it's because of what she's going through.
yeah.
But I think this illness is going to make, because we've seen in the last seasons and episodes how Maurice, he just run over Kimmy. He's run over Kimmy. He never consulted her about Monster coming to stay. He told her that they didn't have a conversation about it. He told her that Monster was no longer coming for the summer. He was moving in permanently. Then when Monster came permanently, he just mentioned, I'm thinking about having Kawa and her husband move here. I'm going to get them a house and they're going to live here, so Monster could have his mom and dad here. Then when some real estate or something that they had bought, and Kimmy wanted to she wanted to do something with it, and he talking about building a club, making it out of a club. So
Mhm.
he never consults Kimmy on anything. He tells her. So I will hope now that she said, what, I'm sick of this. She don't know what what she thought she wanted this, but I believe in the back of her mind, she just said, "Man, what did I get myself into?" Because what she did was marry a grown boy.
Mhm.
That's what she did. She married a boy man.
Mhm.
Her son is more man than what this man is, and he thinking, by talking about Kimmy illness, yeah, okay, we will hope that that would change people, but we know it's not. It's gonna be the same BS next season, but it's gonna be this Same BS, but with some different people. We're gonna have Stormy and her mom. We're gonna have Kiki, because Kiki gonna flip the script. She gonna say whatever it is needed to be said to get a spot on this show. And then we're gonna see something, because look, it's something totally different. Everybody waiting for her to just flip on Marcel. What did she do?
Mm.
What
Mm-hmm.
did she do? She talked in circles. She went around in
Mhm.
circles.
Yep.
So we can't trust nothing from none of these people.
Yeah.
Well, I would just hope that with her situation that she will change or have a backbone at least
Mm-hmm.
to do what's right. It's not, she don't even have to be Mel's friend, but right is right and wrong is wrong, and
Yeah.
all of them sitting there ganging up on one person, she is the only one out of the crew that's halfway decent.
Mm.
But when you are
And
one
I'm sorry.
person against so many, it's hard to go against it.
Yeah. Marita, are you still on the panel? Marita? Okay.
Kit Kat, you have feedback.
Okay. Let me mute. Okay. Are you guys there?
Yes.
Okay. Marita, there
Yes.
was a second person with her picture trying to get up in the back. So maybe that's her trying to get up from another device. Yeah. So this is like, I'm not sure what's going on. But I'm sorry, Pretty Brown Eyes. I just want to double check and
Oh no, you're fine.
I'll put it
This
in.
is your live. I'm at
No,
your
no.
discretion.
I'm enjoying your you all's opinions on Miss Kimmy. I try to really, really stray away from, I don't know. I just got this big thing about karma. So I'm really careful with my words when it comes to, I know none of us wish what she's going
No.
through on her. I know that 100%. But like I said, I just saw some pushback. The way she was rolling her eyes at him, she was highly frustrated. And I think
Yes.
that with her going through what she's going through, she's really looking at these people are really sitting here arguing about this BS, and I'm fighting for my life. So, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think she may come out of this. Hopefully, she will. Like you said, hopefully.
I hope she does.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I hope she comes out well and healthy,
Hmm.
also.
Mhm.
That's the
Mhm.
that's the main thing, but sitting, I'd hate to say it, but being family under the stress that she's under, I
Mhm.
don't think that right now is a good
They're
time
good
for her to
for her.
be filming this show. I think she should take a hiatus
Yeah.
and go through her treatments and get well
Hmm.
all the way. I mean, that's just my opinion. I wouldn't, you know, be
Yeah.
trying to film a show. I mean, when I was going through what I was going through, I was off work for 18 months. And then after I had my transplant, I was off for an additional 9 months
Hmm.
Mhm.
after that. I mean, your body does not respond well. And I can only imagine what chemo is like, but I know what sitting on a dialysis machine for several hours at a time was like. It almost takes you a whole day just to feel normal,
Yeah.
and then you got to go right back and do it all over again.
Mhm.
Most
So,
definitely. Yes.
so she needs to really focus on her health and not this mess for TV.
I
I
agree.
t- I
And
totally agree.
hello, Anthony. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying, pretty. It's true. I mean, you can only imagine, and you can tell that she's tired. You can tell that I think she's kind of just over the mess. But
Yes.
ultimately, if she's not working, and I'm only saying that because I know that I wasn't working, especially with me having to go twice a week. Um, I can't imagine her working. So she may not take a hiatus just because if she's not working, Maurice is not really working, allegedly, then what other income do they have? I mean, because he's not doing anything.
Well, they have the business.
But
Yeah.
is he working that business?
Hey, I don't know. I don't live in Alabama.
He's really
I
good,
don't know them folk
you know
doing
what I think, guys, though? I think that this first this season, with her being diagnosed and all of that, I think that she wanted to show that she was strong and wanted to show
strong. Yeah.
people that she's fighting and wanted to put her story out there. But I am hoping as well, with the remaining steps that she has to go through, that maybe she sits season 6 off, because it's a lot. I can only imagine. I don't know, but that's a lot to go through. I don't know, like you just said, we don't live there. We don't know these people. I don't think they're that pressed for cash where Kimmy has to film. You know what I mean? I think that they may have a little savings. She retired and all of that. But yeah, she needs to. It's too much. It's too much, and it's too petty. And this is the last thing she needs to be dealing with, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Now I did see one of those
Mhm.
clips. I don't know if it's going to be for next week or if they just cut it out altogether, where Martell was talking about his builder's license, and Maurice jumped in and said that Marceau didn't have the capital to put up to buy,
Black.
into Skull. So he basically gave his brother the money.
Mm-hmm.
But remember how they said Tisha sold the little apartment building that she had to buy Martell out. And she so eloquently said that she bought it for pennies on the dollar. So if Scott is in trouble and going, basically bankrupt, or,
Black.
they have all of these lawsuits,
Mm-hmm.
Maurice is on the hook for Scott financially. So whatever he invested in it, he's going to lose that money. So
Yeah,
they're going to be pressed for cash if, you know,
possibly. Yeah, that's
if
true.
it's going to go belly up.
That's true. That's true. Maritha,
Well,
is this you backstage? Maritha?
Yes, ma'am. This me. I don't know. Yes, this me.
Okay, I can hear you much
Can
better.
you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you much better. Okay. Thanks for
But
trying.
you know what? Pretty? It does make you think that if Maurice was putting money into Scold, were y'all making money? What went on that allowed what went on in the business that would allow your brother, why did your brother have to front you money? What was going on? Were you tricking off the money? Were you not? Were you losing business once Mel pulled back, her connections? What went on? Because why would your brother have to put into your business?
Well, you remember the first reunion, the first reunion. So this is the second one. When Mel pretty much said she left that company in pretty good standings because she was getting contracts for them. And so she said when they left, she don't know where the money went. So there was money there. So somebody was misappropriating money. They were doing, it's like when you get people who's not used to money, when they get a lot of money, they just go out and buy stupid stuff like
Marcel,
$300 belts, and they can't afford, you can't really
Lamborghinis,
afford it.
Lamborghinis.
$300 belts, and getting a sports car you can't afford, and then you going and buy two or three pair of those Louis Vuitton shoes, and
Mm-hmm.
you just go crazy with the money. And yes, they was tricking with the money. Not
See,
only him, Marceau, Maurice, they were tricking with that money.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they had all them women. That's where the 20 women come in. So, they're not good. Maurice is not a good businessman. As you see, when things get rough, Marceau is not a good businessman. You see how Maurice came and said that, well, I put money into Scope. Scope was losing money. And it was not because they wasn't getting the business. The money was being misappropriate. And I don't care. Tisha could have as many degrees as a thermometer. Your
Mm,
business should not be all screwed up and messed up the way it is. And if he was such a good businessman, why are you getting sued by two different companies?
allegedly, that's true. Let me ask.
Allegedly.
It's a
Why are
background
you
sound.
getting, why are you getting sued? And once again, in a couple of, I think a couple of seasons back, and one of the episodes, Mel went into a building that they were doing and said, they can't never finish nothing. He
Mhm,
can't never finish anything. Someone else always have to come and finish whatever he starts. So you lose money like that.
that's true. Let me ask Simply Beautiful. Simply Beautiful, is this you?
It's me.
Hello, hello,
It's definitely
hello.
you.
Hello.
Hey, chit
Hey,
chat.
Simply.
Hey, thank you so
Hey.
much
What's
for
up,
joining
Simply?
us.
Hey. Hey,
And
Zeno.
to the
Okay.
614 people, 606 that's watching, please, guys, hit the like button for me. And if you want to join the panel, the link is pinned at the top. What's up, Simply Beautiful?
Nothing much. I forgot that you were live. I said, oh God, chit chat's on live.
I'm here. I'm here. We discussing everything from the reunion. Did you watch tonight?
I watched the reunion and I must say, I am so ticked off at Maurice. I need Maurice to learn to sit back and shut the F up. Especially when it comes to Mel, because it seemed like he has this pent up energy towards Mel. Whenever she's in the mix of something, Maurice got to stand up. It's kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like the whole Wanda situation. Like the fact of the matter that them three idiots sat up there and tried to justify what she said
Yes.
and make excuses for it said a lot about their character.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos was right. The energy for the Eminem kids was not there the way it was for Monster. He
Facts.
he he was right. And even when Martell tried to throw him under the bus, I love the fact that he put Martell on the spot about him emailing him for everything but that.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
we all know what Martell probably has been trying to do behind the scenes, which is get Gator Mouth on the show.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Marcel's a cheater, and Tisha knows it. Tisha just doesn't want to be publicly humiliated. And Kiki didn't have to come on here to tell us that. Marcel's behavior screams, I cheat, my
Period.
wife knows, and we just don't want the world to know that I'm her man and she gonna stick beside me. That's
Yeah.
all that is.
Marcel does not give off, and I can't even use too many men as an example, but Deacon Board on Sunday morning vibes. I mean,
He
Marcel is out kicking it.
he came to the reunion like
Out
he was
kicking.
Deacon Scott, but we don't believe him.
Yeah.
You know that deacon, he one of them deacons that be to the pool hall on Saturday night and come
Exactly.
and
That's
come
what
Exactly.
I
in
said. I couldn't
between
even
suits
really
smelling
use
like
that.
cigarettes
But yeah, he's
to
not giving
church.
out volunteering at the library and sitting there with a cardigan on. And no, Marceau is out in them streets. Period.
Yep. And I don't know.
Definitely in them
Martell's
streets.
behavior, like I get that
Allegedly.
there's issues between you and Mel. I truly do get that. But for you to sit back and watch two men come at the mother of your children
Yes.
says a lot.
Facts. Yes, it does.
That
But
says a lot.
But he comes
simply
at her.
remember,
He comes at her.
But I
he
understand.
had just went
Hold on, Gina.
online
One
for
at a
a whole
time.
week
One at a
going at
time.
her
Go ahead.
before the reunion.
Huh?
Remember, he went online and went at Mel for about a whole week
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
ended it with the daughter
Yeah, I
right
remember
before the
that.
reunion.
I remember that. But
Mm-hmm.
like I was saying, it's one thing for you and her to be going back and forth.
Make it
But
plain.
to sit there and allow two men to
Yep.
come at her and you sit there and put your head down and rub your eyelids
Mm-hmm.
says what type of man you are. I already think you are a POS. But for the man who wants the world to believe he's this great of a father,
Yeah.
respecting the
Please.
mother of your children is where it should start.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're right, but it just seems like he don't get
You
her
know,
back.
and I know my expectations of Martell might be a little too high,
Yeah,
Way
but
too
yeah,
high.
No, you're
yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
right.
but
yeah.
You're
Simply, yeah.
absolutely right
but
about
my view of it is, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who watch the show probably don't follow the antics on social media, so they don't know about the week long bashing that he's done of her, or the fact of the matter that he's recorded the daughter having private conversations with him about stuff she's had conversations with her mother about. But it really did not look good for you to sit there as she gets it from basically everybody on the stage, including the men outside of Kimmy.
it. Mm-hmm.
Well, before you came up, I had just said like the way that Martell is acting now is how they wanted him to act when she approached Wanda at Madani.
Oh yeah,
Like just let them all jump on her and
yep.
she be by herself.
My thing is, I remember the one scene before the reunion started where him and Marcell basically shook hands and said, "This is business. Let's keep it at business." That was them basically putting their plan in place. You can't say nothing to defend her the way you did at Madani.
Mm-hmm.
Let us go at her. But I still don't think that look. You look like a punk. You look like a
But that
punk.
put the nail in the coffin for the show, to be honest.
Well, yeah, because I was with her when
That's it.
when Carlos said, "Do you see yourself moving forward?" And she said, "Never." I said, and
Right.
all their faces changed, like, "Oh, we done effed up now."
Yeah, we
They
didn't
done mess with the
actually
church's
went
money.
too
Yep.
You
far.
can't go. You can't go after
But
a woman.
Simply Beautiful, I totally agree with you. I know of people when I grew up childhood where the parents got divorced and all of that. And even though they were divorced, you wouldn't have known it had you seen them in
Mm-hmm.
not as far as affection or anything like that, but that man, that head of the household,
Yep.
still represented himself like that.
Yep.
Martell is a punk for real for allowing that. And had they still been married, Marcel or Maurice wouldn't be talking to Mel the way that they talk to her now.
Yeah. Because Maurice, I was looking at Maurice like, she is right about you. You are the least relevant person on the show. You do give off these speeches like you, Maurice and Luther King. It's annoying at times. Even during this episode where, when we found out Kimmy had cancer, I thought everything would basically change. Dude, Kimmy getting cancer doesn't negate what other people do.
Yeah,
It
that's true.
doesn't negate Wanda talking about people, kids, and y'all sitting on this stage trying to
Mhm.
justify it. And you, least of all, should have justified it because you were in Madani when she was still going off about he
Sure
needs to
was.
get a DNA test done on that baby.
Sure
I got
was.
the picture of the father. The baby looked just like the man. You
Sure.
even looked at the phone and said you can't show her that. Like, what are you talking about?
Simply Beautiful. I forgot about the scene inside Madani. You are
That's
absolutely,
why I said, like, what is like they play
absolutely,
games. And
yeah.
But they
Carlos,
they don't like Melody, so they're gonna let everything slide. Simply.
Mhm.
well, you
Mhm.
want to know something? Because I said when Mel went on live this morning and she told some of that behind the scenes tea,
Mhm.
I said, well,
Mhm.
this explains the editing.
Oh yeah.
This explains the editing. They're pissed off at
Mhm.
her because she didn't want to let them use her vehicles so
Yeah.
that people can pretend like they got it like that. So
Yeah.
you're going to get her back and you're going to edit her and to make her the villain.
Yeah.
And
But
they
they
talk
planned
about
that
her in every
before.
damn
Simply.
scene.
They planned that the day before when they all sat down and ate dinner together and filmed each other, and they were sitting at the table and Maurice made the joke to Stormy that her and Destiny should argue.
Mhm.
Well, let
They
me tell you
plotted
something.
all of this.
That friendship, girl, when they were on that stage talking about, well, we just, it was one of those days. Like, shut up. Stormy, people
Mhm.
think you're ghetto because you came on this show talking about, people think I'm ghetto, but I can code switch like that. No. But
She
now you
has
want to
a
cry.
18-karat gold G-Wagon. Give me a
Yeah.
break.
But now you
On
want to
20
cry.
on 30s.
But I remember that
I don't know.
live after that big fight happened
You
at
don't get more
Madani.
ghetto than that.
Thank you.
Period. That's hood. Wait, give me 1 second, guys. I have Pretty Girl 96.
Hey,
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you?
Hey,
did you see Destiny just went live and talking about she's been loyal enough, talking about
what? To who?
yeah, she just went live. She just got off live talking about I've been loyal enough.
Oh
You've
my
been
God.
Like,
loyal
girl,
to
She on
who
Marcel.
is
fire.
singing that song?
She ain't got a loyal
You
bone
know,
in her
She
at this
said
body.
that
point,
before.
at this point, whatever it is that you want to say about
Yeah, just say it
anything,
at
Say
this
it.
just
point.
say it. You know,
Just
just
say
go,
it. All
just
I personally think that she's gonna say what Martell stood up here and tell her that she has 24 babysitters and she slept with that person, that person, that person, just like Marcel said.
Yep.
Old
That's the
news.
only
She
thing
did
she's
that
gonna sit up
already.
here
Old
and say.
news. Old news.
She did that already. Remember
She
Mel's
did that
video
already.
release party?
Exactly. She,
It was clear as day that Martell put her up to corner Mel about that.
Did you see the whole live?
No, I didn't. Her friend was a bit much for me, and I was like, "You talking all of this junk, and nobody knows who you are." She
Oh,
barely
they
got
were both on
anybody
the
on the
live.
damn live.
Yes,
The,
talking about I've been loyal enough. I'm tired of being loyal. Like, girl,
oh please.
what?
But
So
that's
they
the
just both
second.
got on the live talking about they loyal and stuff.
But that's
You
the
ain't
second
hardly
time that
loyal.
she done said that. She said that the time that she was sitting up there making up some fake tears that she was trying to come out of her eyes. She said it then, girl, what are you being loyal about? And if you're being loyal about something, spray it. If it's something on mail, say it. Why
Say
do you
it.
continue
Please.
to
She
come
ain't got
on
Say
nothing.
it.
live
She ain't
to
got
say,
nothing.
I've been loyal enough? Girl,
She ain't
you
got
done
nothing.
showed us that you not loyal because you done ran over to thick tongue Tisha that can barely speak. You all over there. So who you loyal to? Martell?
No,
You
she
loyal
ain't.
to Martell? Girl, because you're not loyal to the person that helped you when you were in the time of need. So while you sitting up here, all you guys are sitting on this couch, these couches, trying to spray Melody. Destiny, Mel gave you money when she could have let you go when you and LeBaric divorced. She didn't have to give you that money. Tisha, Marceau, they were letting you use their cars, giving you money, staying at places, opening up a business. Like, come on. That's all y'all ever could say. What about the good? Let's hear the good that
Please.
she's done because I'm really tired of people getting on the internet saying, well, y'all don't see Mel do no wrong. We never said that Mel don't do no
I
wrong.
don't see her
Mel
do
has
no
come
wrong.
on her
Oh well.
live.
Please.
Mel has come on her live, and I think she even said it the other day. She goes, I am not perfect. I am not. And it's okay. We're not asking her to be perfect because we're not even perfect in God's eyes. So stop it. But
Excuse
when
me. She
Give me
excuse me.
one
right is right, wrong is
second.
wrong.
She giving up all that ass to Moses. What is he doing for her? I mean, she
Uh,
giving up all that ass, and yet she can't get a penny
one
from him.
second. Give me 1 second, ladies. Keisha's World, would you like to join the panel? Your opinion is welcome. So I see that you've been chatting, and this is just not everybody is against or just everybody is only for male chat. So hit the link. It's pinned at the top.
Oh, I think this girl was in another panel before.
Boy, here we go.
Was this the
like,
one from last night?
But
We
but
getting another one from
everybody
last night?
but
I,
everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, I'm still waiting for someone to tell me something that Mel did wrong.
Me too.
All
I,
I
I,
want to know.
That's what
I
I'm
want
waiting on.
people to
That's
Everybody,
what
admit.
I want to know.
Yeah, I want people to admit that a lot of her stuff is reactionary. Nobody pays attention to what started it, but you go to the middle at her reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
and
Mm-hmm.
Destiny, what is this man doing for you, Moses? What he doing for you? Well, you got to go to Mel for money. What are he doing for you? You
Mm-hmm.
giving it up, and you ain't getting nothing
Pathetic.
in return.
talking about if I spill it, the whole storyline will be flipped around.
Oh please,
Well,
Like,
spill it
spill it.
then.
Don't talk about it.
That
Be about
woman
it.
literally told you to say it.
Don't talk
And
about it. Be about it.
We have someone for the Scots backstage. Give me 1 second.
Oh
I think
Lord.
that's,
Oh
woo!
Lord.
let me see here. Latrice Yvonne. Latrice. Latrice, are you here? Okay, got your
What's key, girl? What's key?
Latrice, are you there? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and
Child.
Okay.
move
Bye,
Latrice.
Destiny.
Right, I think I
Child.
Latrice in the chat.
Wait.
Come on up.
Jinx on you, simply beautiful. We
Lord
said the
Jesus.
same thing the same way. Child.
Lord.
Mhm.
But okay, so back to what you were saying. So she went live again trying to say that is she gonna expose it? Was she with somebody, girl? What's going on? Just
Go
tell
ahead.
us.
Spill it. Spill it.
I
Yeah, just
seen her
spill it
dress at the
already.
flea market today.
Man, don't talk
And you
about
know
it.
So
what?
annoying.
I didn't
Y'all know what? At
But
this
this one
point,
pearls was on it. It was sewn on better. It was sewn a little bit better.
you know, at this point, Destiny is another coleslaw. I
Yep.
don't want to hear nothing else you got to say because you ain't said nothing. You
say
done had a platform to say it. YouTube is wide open. Instagram wide open, just like coleslaw. When I tell what I have to tell it.
Tell
You
it.
done
Don't
been saying that for about what 6 5 6 years.
that.
You still ain't
exactly.
told it. And Destiny, let me tell you something. If somebody that I don't know, I'm not that type of person. I'll keep it. But you know, if somebody got something to say about anything, and you like to say, I'm real. I'm just keeping
Please.
it real. Real people, if you that real and that thuggish, they don't care about the outcome. They go ahead on. They don't care who they hurt. Go ahead and spill whatever it is that you
Mm-hmm.
got to
Right.
spill,
Mm-hmm.
sweetie.
Don't talk about it. Be
At this
about it.
point, you either get off the pot or stay on it and pee. Do one of them.
Please.
Child,
Here.
please.
Don't
Here.
talk
Well,
about it.
guys,
Be
we got
about
a
it.
couple more people backstage. We have somebody's trying to get up as me. Isn't that something? So I'm not supposed to know. I'm not this chit chat with QT back here. So let
Oh
me
wow.
ban that one. 1 second,
Oh
guys.
And
Oh
then
Lord.
the
wow.
friend talking about some didn't that girl said if he go high, I'm going to hell. So why can't Destiny say it? Like,
Oh please.
Mm.
She ain't saying nothing. That's why she ain't on the show. She don't say nothing.
But you know
Right.
what?
Give me
If she was
1 second, guys. 1 second, Keontae.
okay,
Latrice Yvonne, is this you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh boy.
Can
Here
you
we
hear
go.
me?
Hey, y'all mute yourself. Let that lady talk. Quit being like that.
Can you hear me?
Well, let me mute myself.
Look at Wee Bay. Look at Wee Bay.
Yeah, I'm a mute too.
That's
You
how
have
my
Me
the
face
too.
floor
is.
Me too.
Can you hear me? You can hear me?
for the third time. We can hear you.
Oh, I didn't know. Damn, y'all could have just said
Uh,
okay.
no, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
anywho.
You're not a troll or whatever. So,
Oh no, I'm not a troll. I just say what I want to say. I don't care what anybody feels about what I'm saying. But
oh,
my view of the reunion is a lot of people is saying what they want to say, such as about the Scots
mm-hmm.
and the mom and what Kiki is saying. But you got to understand, why would Mel bring Kiki on the show and then
You broke up.
bye, girl. Bye, bye.
Child.
She can't even get it out, girl.
Girl.
I
Boom.
Give
Oh,
it
here
her.
she
I
go.
don't think she
Again.
did
Here they
that for
go.
a
Wait, give me one
purpose.
Here
second,
they go.
guys.
I don't think she
She
did that
broke
for
up.
a purpose. So she wanted to get back at Tisha. That's common sense
Get
right
back
there.
at
But
for
Mel
what?
can answer no question on the show, which y'all can see, because anybody with common sense would have saw that she didn't answer no question. She
You
doesn't take accountability, and y'all just mad. You can't get mad at that. The truth is the truth.
Can
So
I
if
Well,
say
Mel
something?
feels like
Wait
she
a
has
you
to
know,
minute. Wait a
take
I'm
minute.
saying,
it,
Hey,
I'm
one
just
at a
going to
time.
say
One at a
this.
Wait a
time.
minute.
One at a
Give
time.
me
One at
one
a
Okay,
second.
time.
I'm
what
just
Mel
going to say this right here.
calm
do? I
down,
ain't
calm
mad.
God, here
down.
Y'all
we go
mad.
again with
We
this
can talk about
nonsense.
everybody, but we
Mute.
can
You
talk
know
about
what?
Mel too. We can
Give me
talk
Why
one
about
don't you
second.
go to
everybody. Like
brown
I
skinned
said, we
girls?
gonna
Why
talk
don't you go
about
to
Wait
brown?
a minute. Wait
include
a minute.
everybody. Don't
Wait,
just
wait,
talk
wait.
about the Scots, okay?
Right,
All
go to
right,
brown skinned girls video and you see Mel apologize to Letitia at least twice.
We
She
give me
took
seen
one
Tisha
accountability.
do
second.
the
Beautiful.
same thing.
Beautiful.
Oh
Everybody.
Lord, why is y'all even talking to this one right here? Please let
Uh,
me mute.
I mean,
You
Why
sound
can't
crazy.
everybody have their own opinion?
Why can't nobody have their
Y'all
opinion?
get mad like she
They
paid
can.
y'all.
They
Y'all
can.
do not get y'all do
Please,
not get paid for the show. We're not
please
getting
mute.
paid for it. We can all state our opinions.
Yes.
Like I
Exactly.
said in
Can
the
you
Like an
show,
asshole. We
the
all got one.
reunion, Common Sense
Latrice, can you hear
says, no, Latrice, me, you said I could talk, so let me
No,
talk.
and I'm talking now, so you
That's
can
the
calm
crazy
down.
That's the crazy
You
part.
talk
You
now.
asked me to
So
come on here and
I'm trying
talk,
to
and when I try to
respond.
talk, you won't let me talk.
Well, you on her
Okay,
channel.
you just talk. So can I respond to you or no? Because
I'm
if
not
not, you
done.
can go.
I'm not done now.
All right,
I'm
well,
not done.
see,
Ooh, Nettie,
Drop
you
her. Then.
good.
Drop her.
Drop her like a hot crack
Drop her
pipe.
like it's hot. Drop her.
Oh God!
Anthony backstage. Hello, Anthony.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Marita. Marita, that's my girl right there.
Here we
You
go
know
again,
what?
Anthony.
Common sense is a flower that do not grow in every garden, and we just saw that.
Say
Maurice,
common sense
I
is
heard
not
you last
garden.
night. I was about to tap in like, can I say something?
Another one of her relatives came in.
Yep, yep.
I was going to say that sounds like Bessemer's finest.
They,
Because, I respect other people's opinions, but she came up here ready to slang and bang, and it's like, girl, calm down.
but
Right. You on
the
she on your
issue
She
channel.
said you
is,
told her she could talk, so let her talk. She wasn't
Yeah,
let,
but
finished.
if
She
I
ain't saying
want to
nothing.
ask you something after you said something, you're not going to tell me no.
She
So
said she wasn't finished till
She
that.
said this her show now, like the
yeah,
pirate on that movie.
The
yeah.
same thing happened
This
at the
my
show
boat
for
now.
the same thing happened on her channel. Somebody that knows some relatives of Wanda's came on there to doing the same thing last night. What's going on?
But if
Mm-hmm.
you notice that they come
Jesus.
on and they instantly they have no common sense. They're just speaking out the side of their neck. And it's like, why you got your family coming up on these panels?
Yeah.
Like if you let me just do this. If you about it, if you thugging like that, bring your butt on the panel yourself and bump them gums yourself. Stop sending your people.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
And nothing they
And if you
say, people gonna change their mind about anything that we're saying. We're gonna stick to what we just said. And we ain't
Period.
changing it.
They're not even making valid
Period.
points though, because she's like talking about people talking about a woman's child and making fun of their infidelity. And she's like, you notice Melody didn't speak. We noticed that Maurice overspoke her anytime she tried to speak. We
Bro,
Oh
noticed that.
please.
I
Like,
was
are we gonna
Marcel
be real
too.
And
about it?
and whose mouth is it? It's Mel's mouth. She can speak when she wanna speak. Who is
not
she?
impressed. But Mr. Anthony, hello. What are your thoughts on
I,
Woo,
everything that's
child.
going
you
on?
know what? I have no problem with anyone that want to advocate for the sky. The only issue that I have is that when they try to do it, you're not hitting any points.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
And
no,
so,
Exactly.
and
none.
I like what the caller that just called and said that Melanie brought Kiki on. Let's rewind once again. She did
Exactly.
not. Tisha brought her cousin on.
Thank
Tisha
you.
brought her on when she and Kimmy was not on the same part at the same place or whatever. She was talking to Kiki about Kimmy. So, and originally they wanted to bring Kiki on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Tisha did not want Kiki to be a part of the show.
That's why they told them about
Now,
her usage.
now, you all know I had the interview with Kiki. From
Um,
this second part of this interview, I'm kind of side eyeing Kiki a little bit. And the
Why?
reason
me
why I'm
too.
side eyeing her
Me
is
too.
because they sit up there and she sit up there and said that she did not believe that Marcel was joking about her addiction. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you felt that way, why did you come on this show? This is basically just like you want
What's the
camera
part?
time.
Exactly.
So now it seems like you just mad that they exposed your situation. That could have been a phone call. Y'all could have talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you wanted to come on a show to make it bigger than what it is.
Yeah. Yep. I've been side-eyeing Kiki. She gives us little uh glimpses of the right thing, and then she pulls
And
back
she
because
pulls
it's
back. Yep. Yep.
yes.
Now I did say this on another channel just a minute ago. I said that I hate to say this, and I honestly can't believe I'm saying this, but the Whitlows were needed today. And the
Mm,
reason I say that is because we needed some people there to be a neutral person in this situation instead of
mhm.
all only going back and forth with the Scots when it comes
Yeah.
to this Melody situation.
Mm-hmm.
The Whitlow should have been there. Now, if they're going to be on there on the next episode, I feel like it's a little too late because the questions that needed to be answered, they should have been a part of it.
I agree.
Especially when it's coming to the child and all this other stuff. I mean, okay, look at like he said, Monster and Tiffany. What? Then Maurice made Tiffany cry, didn't she?
Yeah, she teared
Yeah,
up.
Yes, she
yeah, because she
did.
felt bad about it. She didn't know it was, that bad, but she cried true tears.
Exactly. So why not? The Whitlow should have been there because he could have asked her the same question. Like, do you think she was wrong since from your experience, you had a situation of dealing with another child? They should have been there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what,
You're right,
Anthony? They
Anthony.
they did what they've been doing all season. They've all have painted Mel out to be a bad person, and you know what? The reunion just topped it, but it also let me know. Furthermore, is when Mel said that she was done. Like, I'm not going to work. I don't forgive these people. No, no, no. That further let me know that
The show
Carlos,
was over.
whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever you taped that could have painted Mel to be a better person, you cut, chop, did whatever you did to just clearly make her look like a bad person. And you know what? This reunion, I'm sorry, it makes me look at Carlos all up inside his head, crazy down up. Like, if I could get in Carlos' face, I would, because I feel like you've done exactly what everybody else has done, and you mad because Mel said that she would never deal with these people again. You mad?
I
You
just feel
mad?
like Mel is winning. I just feel like Mel. When these
Oh,
people are
She
asking,
is,
Mel is
but
winning,
that's
man.
reality. That's reality versus
Well, Mel
reality
is winning.
TV.
That's the bottom line.
Because let's really be honest. In reality, if you don't fool with a person, you're not gonna be around them.
Period.
That's
Exactly.
I
good.
damn sure
That's
ain't gonna be
good.
That's what
smiling
the
in their face.
reality is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and that's why I told you. I said Melanie is strategizing her exit,
Mm-hmm.
and that right there was her exit.
She
We
Yep.
winning.
good.
She winning.
Like I
well,
told you, like right now, Melanie is on probation until whatever is going on with her and Martel, this custody battle. Once that's over with, the girl is gone from her scene.
Gone. Gone.
I agree.
Anthony, let me ask you something, Anthony.
Go ahead.
So if you was in the situation, okay, me and you friends, right? We
hmm
kicking it, we hanging out, and then all of a sudden we have a fallout, you know, and you've been announcing all this time that you knew you had some jewels on me. And I done did you wrong. I done did you wrong. And you like, hey, I got, you want me to spray it? Would you spray it or would you not? Would you just leave it
No,
alone?
leave it alone. This is the
Okay.
issue. Loyalty. Just what was I about to say? It's a phrase that go to it. Loyalty doesn't expire. Just because a friendship expired doesn't mean the loyalty's expired.
Mm.
And that is so true.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm
That,
I
saying
agree.
is, at this point, it's always I know the truth about you. I know this and that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, just say it because it don't even matter now.
No.
It it, it,
That's
it,
true.
it doesn't
Sure
matter
don't. Sure don't.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're gonna talk
because
Because
about
they're
it. You're gonna talk
divorced.
about it or be
how
about it. You're
many
gonna be one
how
or the
many
other.
more seasons are we going to watch and it's still I know this, don't do it, don't say it, such such. Y'all say everything else, go ahead and say
Thank you.
it.
Thank you.
What tell us exactly what it is that
That's
this
it.
woman has did to everybody on this panel.
Please do.
I want to know, just say it.
I asked that,
Because
Anthony. Can't nobody say nothing.
They can't say it. And if it was something behind the scenes, they would have said that. Well, this happened and you guys didn't see this. There's nothing stopping them from saying it if it happened. And what I saw tonight, guys, with Carlos, when Mel said never and nope, I saw defeat over Carlos.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Because
yeah.
he said that it was his hopes that the original six, we all know that that was his plans going into season six to get the original six back. So it looks like that may be scrapped. Now,
I
Mel
think
did
it's time for a new host.
That ain't happening.
what you say, Anthony?
There needs to be a new host on this reunion.
I
You know
agree.
I
what?
totally
You know what?
agree.
I
And
agree with you just from this season's reunion
yes,
because last year I felt like it was great. This year I felt like it
no,
was too personal.
Carlos had, I
In
agree, it was
past
too personal.
relationship.
Did you see his body language to Martell?
Yes,
When
sir.
I said, whoa, I said, hold
Yes,
on now. He
sir.
looked like he about to go off, and then you see Melanie body language change when she was like, nah, you finna tell the truth on the first part. She was
Yep.
like, the conversation that you were a part of, it's
Mm-hmm.
like she calling stuff out like, no, you're not gonna leave me out here to make it look like I'm doing this by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You were a part of the phone call, and now own up to it.
Yeah. I
Ooh,
just totally agree with you. I really do.
boy, Melody is one
The big
But
powerful
how
thing,
woman.
can Maurice say that they need that? Basically, he was talking to Melody saying that they need to let it go. But Tisha is the one that's still stuck on season 4 talking about the 20 girlfriends and still mad at Mel about it.
yeah,
She's the
And
one
she
that won't
wasn't
let
even the
nothing
one to
go.
say the damn comment.
yeah.
You know
Now,
what,
now,
Mel? You know what Tisha is really angry about? Tisha is angry because what was it, the first season or the second? I don't know which one was the first or the second season. I think it was the second season when Mel finally decided that she wanted to get a divorce from that she did divorce Martell. And Mel, she take these hiatus and be to herself to do her meditating, her prayer, her all the little stuff that she do. And she just did not have room for Tisha. And like I said earlier, Tisha is a needy person. And for whatever reason, she's upset with Mel because Mel, you ever had a person that get mad because you don't call them every day, you don't text
Yeah,
them
Mel don't
every
like
day?
her no more.
Mel
Period.
stopped liking her. Mel didn't want to be her friend no more. It's almost like, will you
Basically,
be my friend? Check the box, yes or no. And Mel
no,
checked the box, no. And that offended her. That hurted
never.
her. And she's mad because Mel don't want to be her friend. And everything that it take everybody on that show to gang up on one woman. See, Mel is showing that I'm a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
a warrior. It
Melody.
takes six. I'm a David. All you Goliath. It take all you Goliath, and I'm just one little David.
Yeah.
They can't
And
I
you
win.
still can't. And they still can't do. They don't understand. Wrong in the presence of light, darkness gonna always fade.
You never win when
When
you
walk,
dirty.
when you open up a refrigerator, the light come on.
mm-hmm.
but I will say this season, y'all, the editing was extremely bad.
Yes.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you can literally see that certain parts was like cut and just made up. Like they was
Yes.
they was forcing it
Yes.
because I can't speak too much on because like I said, I'm not. I got an interview on Monday, so I can't say
And I'm
too
gonna
much about
watch that.
what I'm about to say. But he made a comment to Tisha. It was about the cheating allegation, right? And I really felt he could have elaborated a little more, like saying, "Oh, so you don't believe he cheated? So why you didn't ask her why did she cry at that party?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why would
That's
you?
true.
If that means you can clearly tell that something has happened in that relationship. That this girl is literally outside crying, basically accusing the girl in the red dress to
Mm-hmm.
look, I guess to be looking at you. Why is this woman out here crying? You got to go get her a napkin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he definitely could have asked her a lot more. Um, and it was heavily edited. I mean,
Yes.
there were looks that didn't belong with looks, and but I think that what Tisha is really mad with Mel about is Mel had the guts to leave,
Mm-hmm.
does,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and she's mad
Yep.
about it. She's jealous about it. All of the above, because
Mm-hmm.
to say this girl is, which is the wrong saying. What did she say? A devil
Devil in
in
sheep
clothing,
clothing.
which is
To be a
not the
wolf in cheap clothing.
right.
I
Exactly.
wonder if Mel's going to correct her though, because she definitely
Girl, I
corrected.
don't even think
Mel
Melanie
is over it.
care. She
You don't
Melanie
care.
doesn't
is over
Melody
it.
don't
care.
care.
She
Melody
laughed
don't
it
care.
off. Like, what? But those
Melody say, "I'm
girls
just here so
were,
I don't get fined."
yeah,
They
those
want a reaction and
girls were.
can't get it.
That's the
Yeah.
problem. That's the problem right there.
But let me acknowledge this super chat real quick, guys. Hey, Tay Baby. Tay Baby said, did anyone notice Marcel was quiet as a mouse when questions about him, but when it came to Mel, he
Yep.
was the songbird.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. I put it
Yep.
in my video today. He didn't have that same energy when Kiki was talking about the booty gate, you know. So, yeah, we
Did
noticed.
anybody see Brown Skin
Thank
Girl's
you so much for the super chat.
video?
Yes, I
I
saw it.
did. Yeah.
And Marcell claiming she didn't take accountability, and Brown Skin Girl showed a few scenes of Melody apologizing to Letitia
Mm-hmm.
about what they were going through. So, and then she showed how Marcell never takes accountability for anything. So she showed some scenes of that. So I don't know what Marcell talking about. She don't take accountability.
Yeah.
She
It
apologized
was
to
a
Letitia
nice sound
twice.
bite.
Mm-hmm.
You
It was
know,
a sound bite for the male haters.
sure, he
What
needed
was
lipstick with
what
heels.
happened, Pretty Brown Eyes?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. What did you say? What was the sound bite?
I said that was a sound bite for the male haters. You know that stuff like that.
Oh,
What he says goes well in those Facebook groups that bash Melody.
uh-huh.
Right. But in reality, we know that he's the only person that doesn't accept accountability because
Exactly.
just like the person who just put the quote up there about him not, always piping up on Mel but
Mm-hmm.
never saying anything when it's on him. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't take accountability. He
For
didn't even
nothing.
take accountability for having the naked picture in the
Thank
in
you.
his phone.
Made a
Thank
joke
you.
out of it.
He
Made
sat
a
right there and
mm-hmm.
didn't take accountability
Nope.
for it.
Yeah. He tried to lie. He said, I
You
didn't
know,
reply. I didn't reply. He said,
you know
yes.
what I don't like is that Carlos is trying to make it seem like Maurice is really smart and he's playing the game and keeping people
Oh
on
God, that's
edge.
funny.
I think that's what I'm saying. And he was like, he gets irritated too whenever anyone gives Melody a compliment. If y'all watch that thing with Dustin again, like the second part, because I watched that, and he was just like, every time he said something about Melody and certain scenes that she had that was really important, he would say like, "Oh yeah, and Tisha too." And that remember that time when her husband said she can't get a job, and people like, that's not a memorable moment. That's not a shake the table moment. That's a regular day in a chauvinist household, you know.
It's like
So
this.
it's
Look
just
like
like I don't know what you're trying to say. You know, that wasn't shaking the table. It was just regular stuff.
Miss Wanda.
And
Lord Jesus.
I know, and he was trying to like hype them up. And then he said certain things
Things
like,
like
"There's gonna
there's
be
gonna be
new."
new.
Oh,
Oh,
someone.
someone.
All
All
right.
right.
Do you
Do you
Echo.
feel
feel that?
I'm hearing the echo.
Echo.
echo?
Let me see something. Okay, Echo. Anybody?
Hello.
Hello. No.
Okay, we good now.
No
No.
echo. You're good.
It's
Uh
back.
oh.
It's you, Anthony. I think you got a second screen open.
Hello.
Okay, I have to. Oh no, it's still there. But let's see. Hold on, Anthony.
Hello.
Okay, so I just muted Anthony, and we
okay.
don't hear echo, correct?
No, I don't hear it
No,
anymore.
ma'am.
So
No.
Anthony, I think you have a second screen or something open. It's an echo when you're not muted. But I'm sorry, who did I cut off? Was that
Me.
just being real?
Yes, ma'am.
Apologies.
No, you're perfectly fine. But he did say something that stuck out to me because he was like, he asked Dustin about how did he feel about Melody saying like how y'all said she would never associate herself with him anymore. Um, Carlos was like, I don't rarely come down there. It's kind of like Charlie's Angels when you just hear my voice on the phone and I barely really interact with them like that. Lies. But he said he came down there and tried to come up with a way that they can all get back together. And I was like, you can't, for you to do that, you would have to come to terms that these people are doing things that's preventing her from wanting to be around them anymore. You
Yeah.
can't force someone into a space and then not identify the reason why they didn't want to be in that space in the first place, because you're going to be back to square one again. And I think they're going to keep on using the same tactic and the same storyline, and what's going to happen is it's going to become stale. And even those people that like the Scots and all that other stuff, it's going to become boring for them. And he's going to get the opposite effect that he's trying to pull from doing that to Melody, you know?
Yeah.
So tell me this: how can you have a reality show with any type of integrity if if the cast is making side deals outside of production to withhold information and set up scenes and produce scenes themselves that's going to present themselves in a good light. So they're not. It's not even reality anymore. And now it's scripted TV because they're working it out ahead of time before they film.
Yeah, but they all have to be approved.
Yeah.
Like they can
Well,
get all the footage they want, but that doesn't mean they have to use it.
but Anthony,
Like they'll
what
make
I'm saying
they.
is they made a deal not to
Mm,
discuss each other's infidelity. They made a deal not to talk about whatever Maurice is doing at Credit One or wherever he goes after 4 p.m. They made a deal so that they're not talking about Marceau. You know what I mean? So it's
mhm.
like, okay, if all of those things are off the table, how can you have an authentic reality TV show regardless of whatever they're filming?
Mm-hmm.
He
It's
said he's
not
trying to take
real
it
because
off.
they're being fake.
I really want to ask how long is that contract? How many years are they in that contract? And I
Yes.
honestly think that contract is up because this is what the
After
fourth
this.
season, right? And those contracts are normally for 4 years.
Well, they're taping right now.
But I will say, Melody's mother, Miss Vanessa, she did an interview not too long ago, and she said that she feel that it's kind of going back in the right direction.
Hmm.
I honestly don't know what that direction gonna be, especially after Mel just said she not gonna forgive them, like she
Mm-hmm.
don't need it.
But if
So,
you were Melody, would you forgive them, Anthony? Look what all they did to her.
of course, I wouldn't. I would
I
not.
wouldn't help them make money. I wouldn't do promos with them so that
Do
they
you
can
know
make money. I wouldn't
the
film
only
with them.
person that would get a check if this show was to end and they put it on any type of streaming service would be Melody,
Yeah.
just because she's an executive producer of it.
So
Mm-hmm.
did they take away Martell's EP?
Was he an EP?
I
He was
heard they
Yeah.
did.
That's
initially.
what I
I
I
heard
thought he
too.
heard they
was.
took
I
that
heard that
away
too.
from him.
Good.
Oh.
I feel like the only way they could take that away from him is if he agreed and signed something to remove himself off of it.
Mm.
Hmm.
Maybe his actions caused him to lose it because he had been
Acting
uh,
up. Yep.
But that would be
cutting up
extreme.
and assaulting. Well, he went on set and attacked a hairdresser or somebody. He did something.
On the
He
movie
did a
set.
couple of things that they kind
Yeah.
of swept under the rug.
On the
But
movie.
would he be considered an executive producer when they pitched the show? Because if it's during that time, he will always have that credit.
Yeah, and it was.
Well,
He
well,
ended
Mm-hmm.
up.
that's a good thing. Cause
Mm-hmm.
when this show is over, he's gonna need the money. Cause cause we know he ain't got his builder's license. He ain't trying to get them. We know we know the wine ain't selling. We know you could go in Walmart, and if you live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, you could go in Publix and get it. So we know the calendar not selling. The book ain't selling. So what else he got now is to start an only fan page and
Child.
Oh
That's
show
what he
Lord.
need to
something.
do,
Oh
and
Or
put
take
Lord.
that
his
Vienna
ex-wife to
sausage
court
on
for child
display.
support.
You better put that Vienna sausage on display
Ah.
and let the
No,
people choose.
Cause the $1 million you
oh,
talking about,
please.
you would rather be with your children and make $1 million a year. Okay, that's fine and good. Be with your children.
That's cap.
Be with your
Mm-hmm.
children, honey. Be with
Capping.
your children.
That's
Capping.
cap.
But how
Tell
long Sheree gonna stay with you? Cause her light bill. How much is her mortgage?
Sheree ain't
It
cheating
don't
on
matter. She ain't
Marcel
paying
at
it.
that
Don't
They
point.
ain't
worry.
paid it.
Allegedly,
Mm-mm.
So you
she
can't
ain't
tell me
paying.
she ain't got one of them Africans. She got her Africans over. She got an African over there in Africa that come to the United States maybe once or twice a year. Do what he gonna do to her and go on back over there and give her a piece of change. You think
Allegedly.
she finna let Martell move into Chateau Sheree? I don't think so.
That's Chateau Thelma.
Exactly. Oh God.
And ain't nobody standing but her and her mom and that dog.
That
Mm-hmm.
ugly daughter.
With Mel letting me know when I asked her about the custody case that is still ongoing, that
Mhm.
further proves this father of the year. And believe me, Marcel, hey, he's a dad. He's supposed to do what he's doing. I'm not saying that.
Hmm.
But his Instagram page and everything is just plastered with his kids, kids, kids. And that's because he's still in this battle
Yep.
that he started, my opinion.
Well, that
Mm-hmm.
live he did
I agree
was
with you,
not
Chit Chat.
good.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Because I was so happy for you, Chit Chat, when you got up there with Mel. I was like, there go my girl, Chit Chat.
But
But
but Chit
something,
Chat, you know what
she
else
said
though?
something that makes me
Go ahead.
believe Mel countersued him for full custody, and she's asking for the relocation to be lifted. Because she
Yep.
said the reason
Yep.
why her
Yes.
mom is
Yep.
not there because she's not sure if she's gonna still be in
Gonna be
Huntsville.
there.
Exactly.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Thank the Lord.
Well,
She's
something else that I noticed about Martell, Martell uses his children to get women.
absolutely.
And that's why those kids are all over his page, because he don't have nothing going
Yep.
but his cute children to
Mm-hmm.
make them women feel like, oh, he's such a good daddy. Let me, but don't nobody want 5 children. I
Pick
No,
wouldn't
pick
want
me.
a damn 5 children, even if he was rich.
no, not
Pick
at
me.
all. Okay.
Shoot,
All
because my son, I have a 23-year-old son, and he has a blue nosed pit bull, Carmen. And baby, he is a football player in college. And you know what? Just about every other weekend, it's a different girl babysitting the dog. And all of them like the dog because she's so cute, and they just want to, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's the same thing. He uses dog to get girls.
Yeah, I know the lady in Washington D.C. thought he was cute too. Look what he did to her.
So I
Mm-mm.
know if he
Child.
if my son could get girls with a dog, I know Martell is pulling plenty girls, well, women with those kids.
Well, you heard
Yeah,
what the
but
girl from
eventually
DC
he's gonna
said.
have to be able
You
to
heard what
give
Washington D.C.
something.
girl said, right?
He
Huh.
was sending her pictures of himself with the kids.
Yeah. Yep. And now she said something totally different. Oh, he did this to me. He did that to me. He's no good. He gave me $4,000. He treated me like a prostitute. She's saying a
Well,
whole
I mean,
Mm-mm.
one by
Well,
get with
duck
that girl
is a
Martell
from
in
duck.
6 months.
DC, that girl from DC is stupid because if you
Yeah.
got all those health conditions,
Yeah.
sweetheart,
I
then
wonder
you
what
don't
her
have
health condition
unprotected
was
sex
in
with
DC.
somebody.
Now I'm
But
scared of her.
but Martell was so cute. No, okay,
I
okay.
wouldn't touch Martell with a 10-foot pole.
And
Mm.
me 100 foot.
And then with those white lips that he had, oh my
Oh my
Oh God,
God! Like, what
child.
is up with his lips?
I don't know.
coleslaw suffers from the same
He
thing. I
eat too
don't
much groceries,
know.
Eating them
according to
groceries.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
Well, when
Now
you do, what they're doing, that's what happens.
eating that show enough nasty groceries.
So
When he was on live at Sheree house, those lips were white as hell.
White.
That's from
They
all that
say Snow
lying he
White.
be doing.
Oh
Oh
God.
God!
That's from all them lies he
Oh
tell.
gosh.
What do you guys think about coleslaw? Speaking of her, she's been very quiet,
Oh, she a Poshmark.
very
Poshmark.
quiet, and she's been making posts like she's bossing up in behind closed doors and making money and whatever the case. What do you guys think that's going on with her? Do you
She
think
bossing up, selling them rundown shoes on Postmark. Come on. Stop it. Stop it.
But shockingly,
Oh,
she didn't say
child.
anything about Martell being at Sheree's and all of that. So, do you guys think that she's finally moved on, or is
No,
No.
No.
she staying on?
no,
she
No.
is
seriously,
back
not
under
right
his
now.
arm.
She get quiet every so often, then she come back.
She's gonna let
But
me.
you know what? I
And she got
wonder
her
if her
OnlyFans.
antics hasn't caused some issues when it came to that custody case. You got to think about that if he's fighting for custody for his children, the other four, and she's on the internet doing the things that she's doing, she probably has affected that case in so many words.
Hmm.
And back to what Simply said, I agree with you totally. I agree that something has gone on because Mel hinted that her mother is they've had discussion about her moving but hasn't made it final, so that further lets me know that Mel may be trying to up and leave um
Mm-hmm.
Alabama and
Mel
not
said
be
that.
there,
She
Mel
wants
said that.
out.
because with especially with Martell not having the resources to take care of the kids, Mel may be able to get it and go ahead and move on. And especially you got to think about the things that Martell does. So probably also with Martell antics has also affected him in so many ways as well.
They should.
Well, I know after that live, when them kids were out in that cold, hands freezing, the sugar mama crying, that would have been sent to my lawyer the very next morning.
Well, you saw she had a screenshot of whatever went on because I believe she had it in her stories. So I'm pretty sure she know these millimeters will send her evidence that
Well,
she don't know
yeah,
about.
yeah. You can
So
tell the
it's no
millimeters
telling.
keep Mel for a game.
Well, I can only imagine what little sugar mama went through because bless her heart, Black Titanic went out there during the day and was walking out there when it
Yep.
was even cold, and she was breathing hard. And I was like, dang, I hope Black Titanic go sit down before she pass out there. So I can only imagine he made that little girl walk the whole way,
The whole way.
the
Yes.
whole
What?
way,
What I?
even to the car.
But he,
That's
Yeah.
mean.
here he is defending her.
My heart broke for her when she said, "Daddy, I want
I
mommy,"
want mine.
because she
Yeah.
knew her mother would never have her out like
Right.
that.
She wanted that comfort. You know,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
common sense didn't tell this man, and he's so busy looking into the camera.
Hmm?
I swear I jumped at least 2 to 3 times when Sugar Mama and Boss Baby was by the water. I
Yeah,
mean, it was just scary
dangerous,
to me. I
dangerous.
know he didn't do it purposely, but his attention was not on those kids.
They
Oh.
should have never been out there. They didn't have on no hats,
No
no
gloves,
Somebody
gloves.
said
no
that the reason
scarf.
why it was empty is because that night they had like a winter storm warning and
Hmm.
they advised all residents to stay inside the home.
Mm-hmm.
They said that that place is normally packed, especially during the holiday time. And
What?
if you notice, it was only Martell and the kids out there.
Yep.
Just like they told him to stay in the house during the pandemic. What did he do?
Mm-hmm.
He did the complete opposite.
He was at the
Yeah.
gym.
Put his whole fam. I know at the gym. I know
Working out like
the jungle gym. I know.
Gym.
Jungle
So
Gym.
let me ask
I know.
you, do y'all
My gym
think
was
this will be
open.
the do y'all think this will be the last season?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
I
I
do.
do.
What else, you know,
Because Melody's saying
they
stuff about
offer?
moving to California, and she don't want her mother there right now because she might decide to relocate and move out of Huntsville. That's what Melody's saying. Sound like she making moves. She making
She
moves.
outgrown that place.
She making plans.
Yeah, yeah. She's putting everything into position. That's what I.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you know, like I'm not against anyone that's been participating in the blackout or whatever. But honestly, I watch for Mel. I like the show. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Me
That's
too.
a different thing. But you know, I think that, and I told her this when I spoke with her. You know, I take it as, and I'm not going to say a hint, and I'm not saying that she needs the money. This is another source of income for her. So I think that the blackouts and all of that will in turn affect her down the line if she wants to continue to film. So, you know, like I said, I respect everybody else that's doing the blackout, but I think she's there for a reason, you know. It's putting
I
money.
agree with you.
But Chicha, isn't she waiting to be syndicated?
What's that?
I said, isn't she waiting to be syndicated or something like that?
Well, that's
Or
what is being said. You know, you can get syndicated at 100 episodes.
yes,
Uh-huh.
I believe that they're right there at that. So,
right.
yeah,
I think at this point she's just like just write my check. I don't even care.
that's what it is.
Exactly.
And I don't blame.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all ever watch like the other reality TV shows? I haven't watched any other like that, but I watched have you ever watched the New Jersey one?
Real Housewives?
Now, them some ghetto ratchet people on that
Nah,
show.
yeah. I
I
said
like
now
Teresa.
we
I
thought
love
love and
Teresa.
marriage is bad. Teresa something. Teresa is something. She toxic though. Let's be real. The girl toxic.
She's the
I like
She
the
got
show.
some ways about her.
I like the
She's
But
satanic.
they keep the storyline going. Like the dynamic of them
Mhm.
is like, even though it's so toxic, I don't know how to explain it. Because they had one that was making the storyline up and causing problems all on her own. And it was like getting to a point where he's like, I don't want to watch this, but then you couldn't look away because it was such a hot mess, you know? And I noticed something about them is they do tend, I guess he gets that mentality over there too, because even though they say really crazy disrespectful things to one another and they kind of like cross the line a lot, they still go on vacation with one another. They'll still like interact with each other, go to each other's parties and stuff. And it's because I guess they have like enough people on their crew to like, or the cast, to where like they have connecting leaks. Like even though like these people don't hang out with each other, they know this one person. So that's the reason why these people would have a reason to be in that room. You know what I mean?
But one thing about them shows on Bravo, they ain't gonna let nobody stop their check. I don't care how much I don't like you. You think I'm gonna allow you to stop my money from rolling in?
Yeah,
Like
because
But
they
Tisha
you,
host.
didn't want to invite Mel to the little brown girl event that she
Mm-hmm.
had. And then
Yeah,
that was you were stopping putting them the OWN was going to pay for that, and then you were going to get a check for that. But then you let what you feel personally about a person, girl. I don't care how you feel about me. I will sit next to you, look you up and down, and say, "Girl, I love them shoes you got on. Where you get them from? Do you?"
but you know what? Then it goes back to the money. I mean, because those
mm-hmm.
girls over at Bravo, they getting bank. These
True.
people over in Huntsville aren't getting that, and they still acting like a plump doggone fool. So it's like y'all. To me, the things that they've done, I'm sorry. That check probably ain't worth it. I'm sorry. That's not worth it at all because everything that Carlos is doing, he did that over at Bravo, and that's why
True.
he's not there anymore. And it's like you're not only are you trying to tear down one woman, but you're tearing down your own reputation. You're gonna be to the point that nobody is gonna want to work with you.
Well, see,
Like,
the
go
Tisha
ahead.
and Martell are going to be the downfall of this show because those are the two that won't let the story move past them.
True.
Those two are holding on to their hate for Melody, both of them. Tisha didn't want to let the brown male come to the brown skin because she was mad at Melody, and that's also a time when Wanda was, saying whatever she was saying about her kids. So naturally, she's gonna have a problem because Tisha and Wanda are one in the same. So Wanda was putting in her mind like, don't take your kids to that event at Melody's. That's when she was saying that her kids will be jealous and cut their hair and do all of this just because Melody wanted to invite them to
Hmm.
go bowling. So Tisha, the difference between, just like somebody just said, the difference between Bravo and this motley crew is they let their ego and everything that they have going on personally affect their bag.
Love and
Those
miracles.
other people don't.
Yeah, because
You think
Teresa
that's why?
even still has friends.
You think that's why Martell trying to sweep on over to the Housewives?
Exactly,
I do.
exactly,
Absolutely.
exactly,
I think it
Because
serves
exactly.
multiple purposes, really.
Yeah,
because
Like
that's
if
someone
what.
said,
Martell
I
could
think he wants to be over there because he thinks Melody may be moving over there.
well,
And
if
he,
Martell could get along and co, the show would move along. Him and Melody could move the show along. Tisha could still hate Mel,
Yes.
but it because they are the nucleus of the show, it would move. But
Yeah.
Martell is so bent on hating her and jealous of her that they can't co-parent. So
Look,
so
Mel,
their story is over.
right.
It's
Mel,
finished.
true.
Mel threw him a bone. That ship was destined. Mel recognized what we all saw, that this was becoming the Scott show. And I think that's Anthony. I'm just going to get you for 1 second.
Look at that.
So she saw that last season just like we saw it. And she threw Martell a bone. Hey, they have to co parent for the rest of their lives. And had Martell stayed on that path with them leaving Destin and everything is just, he came to her defense at the Madani thing and all of that. And not saying that that's what he would have needed to do going forward, but if they could have just co parented, they would have taken control of this show. Now it's a lost cause. It's a
That's why.
lost
That's
cause.
why
And
he
it would have
broke.
helped
That's why
us.
he broke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have helped his image as well
Well, the
because it would
Scots
show
can't
the
move the
person he did
show.
wrong. Oh,
For
huh.
sure.
The Scots won't move the storyline along because they don't want to tell their personal business.
Well, he already said he's not doing it. Carlos said that's the reason why he said they took it out because he had a conversation with them prior to actually interviewing them for the reunion. And he said that he made sure to exhaust the topic of Maurice cheating. So when they leave that reunion, they would no longer have that as a topic ever again on any other episodes after. So
Did he
he's
say
already negated that by making a deal with them. And then when the deal expired and he brought it up and they talked about it, now he's like saying, we're never going to talk about it ever again. Even if he does or whatever, like we're not talking about it again.
where did he say
Well, they
Okay,
that?
need to add
and you know what?
in.
Answer me this.
On his
What
recap
job do you go on and you tell your boss what you ain't gonna do?
right.
I don't know. They're all from up north, I've noticed though.
They're from
Even
Michigan.
when I noticed that with Destiny, with him, and with the Scots, like they're all from the north.
They're from Michigan. But where did he say
Yeah.
that just being real? Did he say that on his recap tonight?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Oh,
he said it on this recap tonight with
oh,
Dustin, and he said I just wanted to exhaust it. And even Dustin was saying, like, speaking about how he's exhausted about the topic, which we are. I think we all are because we know they have a position of, just keeping secrets, but it's just exhausting to hear them talk about Melody all the time. Like, come up with another storyline. And I think he's going to use the family dynamic because they kept on referring to Melissa Gorga and Teresa Judice and how she came in and they were like fighting family. So they
mm,
might keep on with the drama thing, but they're going to use from the perspective of Letitia. I think he's trying to move in and make either Letitia a lead or like Stormy a lead for the show.
What
mm.
I say earlier.
Good point.
That's the reason
Not
why he's
watching.
talking about the Scots heavily because he's trying to change that dynamic around. I'm telling you, they're trying to make Tisha the front because if you and this when I started watching his interview with Dustin, he's been praising the Scots. He's been praising Letitia. So I'm like, you're trying to change this whole dynamic so that if Mel walk away and they have Letitia as the face, it may change things, but I just think that it's not gonna. Letitia is too ignorant to see that,
With
and I'm
all
not
due
trying to be
respect,
mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be funny, but how can you try to make this girl the face when she couldn't even do the podcast?
Exactly.
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 And that's
You
the
She's
one
know,
not
she
a
you
stole.
Teresa, and her cousin's not a Melissa. Like they don't have that Kenya Moore. They don't have that Nene Leaks aspect to them. Like when
Mhm.
certain things are just gone, that element's gone, the storyline is no longer interesting. And I don't think that because we've seen them live for so long, and there's a trust that's not there. I don't think we could even believe the storylines they would present to us on this upcoming season
Yeah.
because it's just no genuineness to them. And the
Letitia too
only way
weak.
of genuineness is trying to connect with Melody, but
Letitia
that's
too
not
weak.
there anymore.
She too weak. She ain't gonna make it. She too
But you
weak.
can look at the relationship between Tisha and him, and look at between Tisha and Wanda when Wanda sat up there and said that she never knew anything about this.
Do you believe that, Anthony? Do you believe that?
I
I sure
don't.
didn't. I
I
sure
I
didn't.
don't.
think I think Wanda knew. I
She
really do.
knew.
Too
She
much in
knew.
their damn business, you know?
She knew.
You could tell that Wanda knew, and the reason being is if you were watching the
She wasn't
reunion
shocked. She
when
wasn't
Wanda
shocked.
started talking, Tisha bent over and she kept looking at her in her face. So that's how I knew you lying.
Oh yeah.
Y'all lying.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Miss
Mm-hmm.
Wanda following Marcel around in her car? Because she thought Marcel was with
Mm.
another woman. So she knew she know exactly what
Yeah,
Marcel is
she knew.
capable of.
Because if a normal reaction of someone, if they're just hearing this for the first time, they would have said, "What?" or "You did that, Marcel?" or this. There was no reaction from one.
None.
Yeah.
None.
Mhm.
It's just not
You
real.
know,
They're liars.
Okay, we got an echo. Let's see. Is that better, guys? I don't know what it is.
Yes.
Yes.
When Anthony drops down, he has an echo, but he'll unmute again.
but you,
Yeah, that was phony to me. That was so.
but you
Yeah.
But you know what? The other thing is with Carlos is he's too caught up in these housewives because I noticed that he did an interview with Toya and Quad. Well, we all know that Toya and Quad got this beef and yeah. But you go on there and you're stirring up more mess. It's like Carlos, worry about your own show. Interview these people, fix your issue then Carlos is just like the Scots. He's too caught up in Bravo. It's like, stop.
Yeah.
Because you're making things worse trying to be Andy. Andy is not any better. Andy is messy as well. Andy has done things that, to the blacks, and they had to call him out, and he had to turn around, and he had to backpedal, and he had to apologize. Andy Cohen is not any better than Carlos King.
Mm.
He's not. And it's like, stay out of those housewives business
Oh
and
no.
worry about your own channel. I mean, your own show.
It should be a conflict of interest if you ask me, because you have two shows running on this network, and that's where your focus should be. But to me, it's like he's auditioning, trying to get back on Bravo. I mean, I
Mm,
don't get it. But
It
let me
seems like that to me
amen.
too.
give you 1 second, guys. Simply Beautiful, is this you?
Yeah, it is. My phone died.
Okay, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
But you
I
know
think
what?
that ship done sailed with him being on Bravo because he did a lot of damage over there.
Dirt.
He
Baby,
did a
Bravo and
lot.
VH1.
Yeah, he did a lot of damage. And then when he tried to do what he did to Candy,
Yeah.
Hmm.
that was the nail in the coffin to
Hmm.
make it unseal that he could never, go back again. So, Carlos is just that type. Carlos and Martell is almost the same, they sabotage themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When you think Martell might be just, he like that curl that won't curl all the way, but you think it just might do it this time. He's like that. He's sabotaging himself. Just like now, I used to like Bell Collective, but the last season of Bell Collective, I can see where it's going. It's gonna be messy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I didn't
he's
even
messing
watch
that
it.
up also.
Yeah.
So he's messing that show up also. So he just leave a mess. He just like the dog that go out in the woods and try and come back in the house and track up the flow when you done mop the flow. That's how Carlos is to me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's like it's self-destruction if you ask me, because you're given a chance, you're given a show, we picked it up, and you had too many of one family. It's too many Scots and too many of people that's branching out from them against one person, because we can't even count Martell. That's a conflict right there. You have Scott's 1.0, Scott's 2.0, Wanda, Kiki. It's just, I don't even understand
Stormy, Destiny.
Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But I don't even understand how he allowed that to go down without thinking he would be affected.
You didn't see how he sat there and let Marceau and Maurice keep talking to Melody?
I did. I sure did.
He didn't even break it up. But then when I think when Melody or when Martell was saying something to Tisha, they broke that up.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
broke that up, or Maurice broke that up. And so it's very, he played it like he was on Melody's side.
Yeah.
But once he saw that she was not going to participate or really
Going forward. Mm-hmm.
go forward with them, then he kind of pulled back and just let them kind of go at her.
Yeah.
And what is he crying for? He's so fake. Like, what is
That's
that?
what
Cause
I
he
said.
in
That's,
love. He in
Martell.
love, baby.
that's
He
what I
in
said.
He's crying for
love.
With the
Martell of all
crying and
people.
all of that,
For
that
Martell?
yeah, they need
Please.
another host because it's too personal
It's
now.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's too
you crying
personal.
for Martell, but you trying to hook him up with Sheree. Make it make sense, sir. You
But
can't
didn't he try to go
possibly.
after Kenya first?
Yep. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Can you say it so?
He over there. He over there starting trouble with Kenya. Arguing
But
with
see, that's
her
the
up
wrong
in her
one to
face.
start with.
Hmm.
Cause Kenya like Carly B. Carly B said, whenever you have a beef with me, we gonna be in beef forever. So when
Exactly.
you be in a beef with Kenya, Kenya
Oh
just
my
like
God.
a rabid dog. She don't let it go.
She
I
already
thought
said on the red
Kenya,
carpet that
Kenya
Sheree should
messed
be
around
better.
and
Yeah.
start
She
hollering
said
at
that on
Martell
Watch
just
What
to
Happens
spite
Live too.
Sheree.
She
Yep.
laughed at the fact that Martell is Sheree's boyfriend.
Cause she knows she could probably sneak in his DM and get with him. Cause Martell ain't no good.
Um, it
Just to
was the
spite
fact that
Sheree.
they were on the telephone with Sheree, he and ha in the dressing room. But the minute that Melody walked herself out on that stage, Sheree went to the back and he was calling Mel Hope, Hope. Don't forget
Mm-hmm.
the Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sheree ain't the best character with men anyway, so let's get that.
And you know what I think about Martell and this child custody thing. Martell really don't want custody of those kids. What he want custody of is Mel.
Yep.
He don't want Mel to change that last name, even
Nope.
though they're gonna always have ties because of the kids. Okay, if the kids, if Mel could, he don't want Mel to lose that last name. That's why he keep dragging this thing on. It ain't about, oh, I love my kids. And I'm not saying that he don't. So people in the chat, ain't nobody jumping on Martell saying I am saying he's not a good father, because if you were such a good father, you wouldn't hurt your kids the way your kids wouldn't be going through the things that they're going through personally now. But he don't really want custody of those kids. He just want to be able
No.
to 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 hold on to Mel. Okay,
Yep.
the kids, yeah, they're gonna be there. That part, but he want he in his mind, we still a family. It's just gonna be a matter of time. We gonna all be back, because he's living in that fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
definitely a
Well, you
control.
remember.
I'm at
It's a
hold on,
control
before you even
thing.
say that. I want to say good night to y'all because I'm about to call it
Oh,
night.
and
Okay.
Good night,
Night,
Anthony.
Thank you.
Anthony.
Good
Have a
Night,
night.
y'all have a
Anthony.
good night. Okay.
bye. Thank you.
Sleep well.
Have a good night. I like Anthony. I had to
Me
make sure I
too.
subscribe to his
I
channel.
do too.
I am. But
Me
yeah, it's
too.
a control thing with Martell. That's all it's centered around. Control, and he needs the money. So he
Yep.
knows if
Yep.
he's granted full custody, then that comes with child support. He's
Yep.
not going to.
But
He's
do Martell think that the
I
judge
give
is
my
going?
money away before I let
You think
Martell
the
get my
judge gonna give
money.
him full
not going to
custody
win that case.
so he can sit home and play Mr. Mom? Oh no,
He
Yes.
don't really
no.
want to win the case. He just wants to pretend like he wants to win the case,
Exactly.
just
Mm.
so he can get credit for trying to get his.
That's it. That's
And
it.
that's a whole nother sob story for him to tell the women. I tried to get my kids, but Mel, how she is. The judge, and how he do. He's
Yeah.
gonna lie, and that's gonna be a whole new sympathy story for him to get more women.
Mhm.
Yeah. When I saw that clip of Carlos crying, I said, "You have got to be kidding me.
I
Mhm.
know.
You
Lord have
have got
mercy.
to be kidding me." This man made
That's
the
the con.
decision to blow his family up.
Exactly.
He had ample opportunities to stop cheating on his wife. And you gonna sit up here and cry after I don't know how many times he wrecked her the back behind the scenes of her show. Oh, so now you're concerned about him.
Oh please.
Like, like I would have if I was Mel, I would have busted out laughing. Like, where's Ashton Kutcher? Y'all have got to be punking me
Right.
right now,
Come.
crying for this dusty. Like,
I'm telling you.
Well, it just let me know that people have been saying that they feel like Carlos has a thing for Martell.
He do.
they've
Martell,
been protecting him.
yeah, Martell hurt his feelings when he said, "Well, why didn't you have that same energy?" Just the look on Carlos's face, he was shocked. And
But
then,
Carlos was about to air him out.
huh?
Carlos was going to air him out. Like,
Yes, he
you
was.
Like
email
that's what
me
they talk about.
about everything
Mm-hmm.
else.
Mm-hmm.
And now,
Mm-hmm.
like I said before, he's been emailing Carlos because he's been trying to get that girl on that show. That's
Yeah.
why he
Mm.
ran back and told that girl after that emergency meeting that Carlos said, "You're never going to be on the show. You're too disrespectful."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She ain't coming on that show.
I think Carlos wants his own builder star. Like Melody already had that it factor when he first noticed her, and she was the reason why there was an episode after the pilot, the
Yeah.
first episode. And I feel like with Martell and even with Tisha, he can have like this factor of being always superior to them because they'll always be in debt to him because he took them out of a position they never saw themselves being in the first place. Where Melody always had the plan to be in this type of job and then use that as a means to become an actor or whatever, right?
Hmm.
I feel like he's trying to revamp Martell's image.
He is.
Like he's doing all these things to try to humanize him, but all the things that should be really done. Like he should be, if he really wanted a storyline, Martell could go to therapy. If
He
Martell
ain't
really
going.
wanted a storyline, it
He
could
ain't
show
going.
Martell trying to become a better person, trying to better himself.
Or,
But
or
he's so full of hate and he's got something going on with him that no one is like being that realistic voice that's like, hey, Martell, you're doing too much. Like, you need to calm it down. You're hurting your family. You're hurting yourself. This activity is not going to be a good ending for you, nor those who are connected to you. You need to really start trying to build yourself up in a way that's beneficial for your kids. So even if this show is off, you'll still have a means to be here for existence, because people get older. He's not always going to be a piece of chocolate everybody want a piece of. He's not going to be the guy that's going to be able to smooth girls out. You know, these people ain't falling for his tricks. A lot of people are privy to who he is. And another thing I wanted to say was the reason why he wants to expose Martell, which is a tactic of competition, I think, when it comes to Melody, because how much exposure Melody has. Because she has more followers than all of them together. Like, not all of them together, but all of
It
them
might be
basically, right?
together. It might be
500,000,
together.
Well,
half a
she is
million,
got the most followers. And
million followers.
Martell, you got to think, if OWN television has 100 people watching it and only 65 100 people, only 65 of those people know Martell's a bad person, and then he moves them in front of a crowd of people that's never going to go back and watch the OWN show, that doesn't know anything about his background, or like the rest of the people that was questioning who he was when Sheree brought him up in her reunion in the first place. You got a bigger chance of him being able to revamp his image without any pushback.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Like, he'll be brought to a broader audience where they won't know who Martell was prior to being introduced to him.
But
And
the
he
only
might get
part,
that chance to, you know.
but
I
the only
think
part
Kenya
about
and them are
I don't
going
Martell,
know
on.
about that.
Wait,
Martell
guys,
takes
let
himself
me
everywhere he
acknowledge
go.
the chat real quickly. Angie, Marcell, aka Legs, Hips, and Breasts, that Black Titanic just said that Martell messed up production at Real Housewives of Atlanta, that her daughter works behind the scenes,
Thank
and they
you.
don't want him there because he's violent.
Thank you. I
Wow.
say no more. Case closed.
Wow.
That's what I was. That's what I was saying.
Listen, I could have
Martell
sworn
takes
I heard Black
himself.
Titanic say her daughter works behind the scenes
Listen,
Yeah,
of
she been
Atlanta
saying that for a
Housewives.
minute. She been
Yeah,
saying
she been
that for a
saying that.
minute.
She said that a lot. And I know she ain't lying. So,
Well, see,
still
we
have
take us everywhere we go. So Martell, he might be put in front of a broader audience, but Martell is still gonna Martell wherever he
Martell is
goes.
still
thank
That
you.
is the
Thank
truth.
you. Thank you,
That's the
So
Pretty Brown
truth.
that's
Eyes.
a prime
that's gonna
example right there.
backfire on
He
him.
gonna Martell everywhere he go.
He
That's
gonna
the bottom
Martell
line.
everywhere he go.
That's a
Bottom
prime
line.
example
That's the
of
bottom
that.
line.
That was a great question or statement to read right after. And where did she go? I think she dropped down. Oh no, just being real. You're still here. But that was a great thing for us to read right after that, because you were saying how he can possibly change his image.
Nope.
Well,
Well,
Real
that's
Housewives is a much bigger platform, much broader, seen in all different countries. And if this is true, he's messing it up over there.
well.
Well,
Yeah,
see, the big
Carlos
that's
better
thing,
true.
be. Carlos better be careful before Andy come get his star.
okay,
Yeah.
because see, the big thing about Bravo is, and specifically Atlanta, they don't like when the men argue with women.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
they
all of
don't.
those are those
That's how
big
it
alpha,
should be.
those alpha females over there, the Amazon
Mm-hmm.
women from Mars over there, and they. I hate to say it, but those women are kind of
Huh.
belittling. They belittle their men in a way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're the breadwinners. Most of the women are the main breadwinners, so
Right.
their men can't say much.
Kimmy
Right.
already started in on him already. Kenny already started in. Oh yeah, he had a baby with somebody else. When they asked on the reunion,
Mm-hmm.
she came right out with it. He had a baby with somebody else. He cheated on his wife. She came right out with it. So
Oh yeah.
And
She knows all the details. And see,
you
Kenya
think?
is so dirty. Where Kenya would be the one where if Martell keeps it up with her,
Ooh,
she
child.
would be the one to introduce coleslaw to the world. Because that's
Mm-hmm.
how petty Kenya is. She will go low.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
they will bring coleslaw on Bravo,
oh,
because they
absolutely.
sure enough brought the cookie lady on there.
They
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
sure did. Absolutely.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a mess.
She'll definitely do that to hurt Sheree, but I think Martell and Coleslaw have a little side deal going, and he's like, "Look, this is just work.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
been
Okay. Yeah.
that.
It's not
Sure.
serious with us,
Uh huh.
You've
Yeah.
been saying that since season 1, episode 1 of
But it's
Love
funny.
Field.
But Sheree saying the same thing. She's saying that that's not who he is. He's only that way on TV. But
Yeah.
he's a great guy.
That's because
Behind
Sheree is drinking from the Kool-Aid that is
He's
Carlos
worse
King.
than what he is on TV in person.
exactly. I
Yep.
don't know what Sheree talking
That's
about.
not. She didn't say a lot when she said that.
No.
He's worse.
Oh my gosh, Sheree. Come on now. You over 50 years old.
Did
Come on now.
did
Stop
any
it.
of you see his live when he was at her house? He was so drunk. He called some
Yeah.
girls groupies. I was like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
He
But
was.
he wasn't too drunk to still spew that male chauvinistic philosophy
Oh
to
no,
her.
that's
You
Exactly.
talk
embedded into
too
him.
much because you that's why you don't got no man because you got too
Exactly.
much mouth,
Wait,
and if you be quiet you can get you a man.
he said that to the Judy lady, right? Do
Yeah,
you
he
know
said
who
that to one
Judy
of
is?
Sheree's friends.
Ooh,
No,
child.
but Judy is also Alonda's mama.
Ooh, what?
Oh
Oh
well.
my
Wait a
God.
minute. That was at Sheree's house?
Yes.
Yes.
For the New Year's Eve party. Oh Lord.
Oh
If
my.
I'm not mistaken, Judy is Alonda's mama.
Oh
Well, I
Lord.
don't know.
Well, I think
Oh
I knew
Lord.
the name was Judy, but how do we know that's the
The
Judy?
The
mother.
Judy.
Because I thought
Yeah.
that was one of Sheree's close friends.
I thought that was one of Sheree's girlfriends too, because they
Yeah.
were asking him to hook him up.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
didn't say like nephew hook me up. If Alonda is allegedly his cousin,
Right.
then that
I
would
think
be
I
his
think
auntie.
I
Yeah.
think Judy was
That's
married
Sheree's friend.
to Martell's uncle, and they took on the Holt name. That's what
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
All I
I'll
know
look into
is
it more.
he
But
was talking. He was talking cash money Martell mess on there. That meant
Mhm.
the barefoot and pregnant women be seen and not heard, and that's how
What?
you can get you a man type. That's what
Oh
he was saying to
Lord.
on his live.
Lord have
Because they
mercy.
were asking him
what
to hook him up with, one of their cute friends or whatever. And he was
what
like
did he
telling her,
go say
talk
to
too much.
Apollo?
He's
Well,
gonna be jealous of Apollo.
Apollo brushed him off at the New Year's Eve party.
Yeah,
Marcell tried to do something to him. He wasn't, you
Exactly. I
know,
don't blame him.
he was real dry.
Cause I feel like Apollo messed with Sheree low key,
Yep.
allegedly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-mm.
just my opinion.
She a cougar. She a cougar. She like them young man, baby.
Why you
Man,
laughing, chit chat?
Cougar, baby. Cougar.
I wouldn't be shocked,
well, he's right up the alley though.
Yeah. Cute.
You don't
Cute.
remember
Got a
when
nice little body. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
he was
He got
supposed
a
to
criminal
been
past.
he was
Yeah.
supposed
She
to been
loved that.
modeling
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something for her, and then Phaedra came out saying that he need to do whatever he could do to get him some money to take care of his kid.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
She should have just gotten a relationship with him.
Child.
Don't talk too fast. She will.
No, because I thought Apollo was supposed to be married to the other lady that
Apollo
rode
ain't
out the
trying to
jail
marry.
sentence with him.
I ain't stopping from cheating before. So.
Sure didn't, I guess not.
Didn't stop him from flirting with Kenya.
Yep. Just Berber Kenya. He's cheating on Phaedra
Well,
for a minute.
Martell is in no competition for Apollo.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
because Apollo fine. So
And he
yeah,
looked
Apollo,
fine in the face
that's it. But no
and
good
the
though. He
body.
ain't no good
Martell
though.
is just a body with a
Yeah.
milk dud. What you call him? Somebody call him small head, bald head, bald head, small head,
all,
milk dud.
all of the above.
Wow.
That's funny.
Oh, child.
So
Well,
I
ladies,
don't know.
we are at 3 hours and
Woo-wee.
almost 20 minutes. So I do have to close out. I have to go pick up my niece from work. But
Uh,
I really, really appreciate you guys for joining me tonight on the panel. To the chat, I appreciate you guys as well. Tang, I need you to get in contact with me somehow, some way, so I can cash up you. I appreciate you modding for me. But to everybody that stopped by, Anthony, Pretty Brown Eyes, Cheryl Howard, Simply Beautiful, Keontae, S. McNeil, Gloria, um, guys, what's the lady's name that just dropped down? Just Being Real?
yep.
Just Being
Just
Real. To the content creators that were in the chat, thank you guys so much. And guys, hopefully I will be back live probably Monday or so. I'll have to see. I knew tonight would be a busy night. It was a good show, and I knew everybody would be live. But I appreciate you guys for joining me. I really, really do.
No problem. Have a good
Yes.
night,
Thank you
guys.
for having.
Good
Hey,
night.
Chad, are you going to still do your breakdown of the show?
Of the episode, well, I think I gave 2 good
You
breakdowns.
gave 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I want to touch on. I'll go ahead and touch on the Kiki. I didn't want to, but I'll. I'm over Kiki, honestly.
She's
But
a backstabber. Okay.
yeah, and definitely Destiny and Stormy. So
Oh,
yeah, I'm
God.
gonna try to get that out for you guys tomorrow.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you and good
Okay, good
night.
night.
Thank you guys. Good night.
Good night.
Good night to the best chat in the world. Kevin Moore, Monique Tang. Somehow you gotta get me your information. I want to throw you something. Hello, Jolanda. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys know I like to say bye on your way out. I'm tired. Jill, Angie, love your name. Thank you so much for that super chat. Martell tried to set up a dude with Apollo. What? OMG. And I forgot to mention to you guys, allegedly, and we will have to talk about this when I go live, but allegedly, Tisha has ties to Quad from Married to Medicine. So I'll do a little research on that and try to get the scoop. But there are rumors going around, and there is a connection with Tisha and Quad, allegedly. So yeah, I'll try to get that for you guys. But S. McNeil, thank you so much. You always work me. Okay, De Silva says small head, bald head. Yeah, I think it's a couple of us that then said that about him. It's true. Big shiny milk dud head. Diddy Taylor, thank you so much. Simone, thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Wally World, Vanity, Patricia. Patricia, I see you all throughout the comments. Thank you so much for joining me. Davitra, Audrey Clark, Nicole, Yemi. All right, guys, I am out of here. Have a good night. Thank you guys again. If you can hit the like button on your way out, that would be excellent. And I will chat with you soon. Bye.